And a pleasant good evening and welcome to the Center Ice Arena in Harrington, Star Wars night, as the Delaware Thunder go for their first winning streak of their young existence as they take on the Danville Dashers tonight, here live from the Center Ice Arena in Harrington. We welcome everyone watching live on our YouTube channel, which of course you can get to through federalhockey.com or at DelawareThunder.com. My name's Gary Schofield alongside Mike Basile, who will join us in just a moment as we get you set for action tonight. The Thunder come off a great effort last night, 2-0 lead heading into the third period. Give the Danville Dashers credit for fighting back to tie the game and then sort of back and forth until Tony Kalinin put the game away with a goal late in the third, and then Ryan Marker put the exclamation point on with an empty netter, and the Thunder get a 5-3 win. But one of the things that we talked about a lot last night was the fact that John Hine was out of the lineup for Danville because he had gotten called up to Evansville of the SPHL, and you could kind of see the Dashers for the first two periods just kind of feeling their way out. Who was going to step up? What line was going to be their offensive line? And I think they finally started to find some of that kind of groove in the third period. Barakov scoring on the power play, and then Stern scores on the power play. Of course, he's not in the lineup tonight. And then Quintos with a big play, shorthanded. So that might give them a little bit of confidence coming into tonight.
Right, and obviously we see a couple goaltender switches tonight. Obviously we'll get into that. But yeah, I think that first two periods, especially the first, they had a lot of power play time, so those 18 shots might be deceiving. But it looked like they were trying to feel their game out. Who are they going to go to? Who's going to put the puck into the back of the net? We saw Atkins a bit. We'll wonder what we see from him tonight. But this is a team that seemed like they came together later in that game. And you got to look on the side of Delaware. They were up 2-0 going into that third. They give up two quick ones. You think, uh-oh, here we go again. But no, they said not tonight. And they proved a lot of people wrong, whether it's their fans, Danville fans. I know a lot of people probably were thinking like, uh-oh, here we go. But the Delaware Thunder showed me a lot yesterday, and I'm excited for tonight's matchup.
And that's an excellent point because we've seen that story play itself out a few times this year where the Thunder have a lead, they give up the lead, and the next thing you know, sometimes the floodgates open. So
Correct.
When they withstood that comeback from Danville, especially when Quintos scored that shorthanded goal to make it 3-3 after Kalinin had put the Thunder up 3-2. For them to get a power play and then to Cristofaro to score from the point and get the lead, it was just huge. It was a big win for the Thunder, and now that's why I think tonight's even bigger for them, for an opportunity to put two wins in a row together. You know, we talked about it last night in the pregame. We talked about it with Coach Charlie Pence. Yeah, it was a 6-game losing streak before last night, but they were in 5 of those 6 games right into the third period, some down to the final minutes. So it was just a matter of waiting to see what were they going to do to take that next step, and I think last night was the first step to do that.
Right, it was, and you saw a little bit of it from everybody, whether it's Dan Cristofaro getting the game winner on the back end, Aaron Taylor making a couple huge saves when it was 4-3 to keep that lead, obviously. Taylor Cutting throwing the body around up front. Anton Kalinin scoring a big goal, who's my player personally to watch tonight. I think he's electric out there offensively. He's a ton of fun, first off, obviously. He's crafty. He's got great vision. I'd like to see him shoot a little more, though, because he's got a heck of a shot. Sometimes it seems like he tries to make the extra play. I like it when he gets pucks going to the net.
One of the other big storylines, of course, to come out of last night's game is the suspension of Delaware Thunder captain Charlie Pence. He got a match penalty last night for a check from behind. He received a 1-game suspension today from the Federal Hockey League, so he is not dressed tonight. You pair that up with the injury to Alex Basie, so their team captain and their assistant captain both out. So, they're going to look for other guys to step up. I think that's where the microscope goes on to Jordan Clark a little bit, as he joined the team and played well last night. But again, you're probably going to see Patrick Tundle back on the blue line, maybe even Taylor Cutting move back on the blue line a bit tonight as well to try to cover up for the absence of Pence.
We will see Taylor Cutting on the blue line. I could tell you that. Whether it's the whole game or not, I can't tell you. But I'm sure we'll see Patrick Tundle back there a lot more than we did today than yesterday, because yesterday they had those 6 D-men, obviously, and then what happened was you saw Clark go into the locker room for a little bit with the equipment malfunction. So they're down to 3D on the bench because they got the Cristofaro in the box serving. Clark out here. Pence is suspended already. So they were scrambling yesterday on defense. But that's adversity that a team deals with and finds a way to win games. So this is a team that now I expect a lot from. And I know, yes, you look at it, they have 3 wins on the season, people might say. But they could have 8-9. And I'm not just saying that as a Thunder fan.
Right.
We're not homers, but I do think this is a team that could show up tonight. But Danville, I like a lot what I saw in that third period. What Danville team will we see tonight? I don't know. If we see the third period team, this Thunder team's going to have their hands full.
Without question. Of course, the Dashers were riding a 3-game winning streak before they got in here tonight. or last night. So they're going to look, and it's interesting too. I've been asked by several people, kind of roaming around the building before we got on the air today. There were a lot of fisticuffs last night, a lot of extracurricular activity around the nets. It would lead one to believe, if you watched last night's game or if you were here at Thunderdome, that it's going to be a little bit of a powder keg tonight. I'm not sure that that's going to be the case. I think both teams realize how important a win for them tonight will be, and I have a feeling that it might be a little bit calmer than we might expect.
I agree with you, and the only reason I say this is because last time when Elmira came to town, we were like, oh man, I don't know what to expect tonight, and then things were calm.
Yes.
Things were very calm. So I don't think things are going to necessarily be calm. I think these are two teams that have some bad blood between each other. Guys who played against each other, yes, they're friendly, but they know the ins and outs of each other's game. They know what's going to tick each other off.
Right.
So it's little things like that. You get under your opponent's skin really quick. Next thing you know, you drop the gloves. And we saw Dan DeCristofaro drop the gloves. I spoke with him before the game. He says, I didn't expect to do that.
Right.
He didn't expect to do it, but he ends up winning the fight right in the corner over here. So it's everybody stepping up, too. Dan DeCristofaro, not a fighter. You want him on the ice to put in goals and assist from the point. But he just shows, hey, if someone's going to step on our guys, we're going to do it right back. And that's what you like to see from him.
And you mentioned both teams are starting their backup goaltenders tonight. Harley White between the pipes for Danville. Morgan Hudson, who just a couple weeks ago celebrated a birthday. He'll be in the net for the Thunder tonight. When you look at White, smaller in stature than Gordichuk, who played between the pipes last night for Danville. Maybe they'll look to take advantage of that and, try to work high towards the net. He's got a .488 goals against coming into the season. Morgan Hudson has played sparingly for the Thunder, but I remember the last time I saw him play, he filled in for Aaron Taylor after getting pulled early in a game here a couple of weeks ago and was spectacular. So you think to yourself, oh, backup goalies are in. Could be a score fest, but maybe not the case.
Well, it's tough to get a read on these two, obviously. 3 starts for White. And then you look on the other side, no starts for Morgan Hudson. Both have seen some playing time, obviously, but Morgan Hudson hasn't played in a game where there's been much pressure, I could say. He's been in a 6-2 win where they were up, and he's been in a couple lopsided losses the other way, 4-1 and 5-1, I believe, is when he came in. So he hasn't felt the start, the emotions, the adrenaline running through. I'm curious to see how he'll react to that. I know Morgan's a very poised guy. He's calm in net. I don't think any of that pressure will get to him, but it is his first start in the Federal Hockey League. It's going to be a big one for Morgan Hudson. If he can keep his team in this game, I think they'll be able to score some goals the other way. But Harley White's got a lot to prove, obviously, as well. He probably knows he could play a lot better than he has early in the season, and he's going to want to win that starting job from Gordichuk.
As we mentioned, it is Star Wars night here at Thunderdome, and even if you're not here, you'll see when the Thunder take the ice. If you're watching the warm-ups, you already got a sneak peek at these special Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker jerseys that are actually going to be up for auction. You can bid on them now. Live Source is the app. Just download it on your iPhone or at Google Play, and you can put a bid on to your favorite players' Star Wars jerseys. All the jerseys have different Star Wars characters on the back of the jersey instead of the nameplates of the players. You'll see Solo, Skywalker. For example, Tony Kalinin is R2-D2 tonight.
Love that.
So check it out. Live Source is the app. Let's take a look at what's happening around the Federal Hockey League tonight. Some early starts. Columbus and Port Huron, they are heading into the second period. It's scoreless there. Carolina, who got all they could handle from Elmira last night, but were able to sneak out their 15th win. They're up 2-1 on the Enforcers. That game in the second period. Mentor, who got a bit of a scare from Battle Creek early in that game last night, they have got the jump on the Rumblebees. It's 2-0. And then Watertown is at Danbury tonight. And, of course, we've got Danville and Delaware here at 7:05.
Wow, heavy slate.
It is a heavy slate of action tonight. And, of course, you can always keep up with the latest scores and info at DelawareThunder.com. The Dashers are on the ice. We're getting ready to see the Delaware Thunder get introduced. Final thoughts before we turn it over to PA announcer Tom Schultz, your keys to the game tonight.
Tonight for the Delaware Thunder, protect your goaltender. It's Morgan Hudson's first start in the Federal Hockey League. There's going to be some nerves. There's no doubt about it. He's a very good goaltender. He's got great rebound control. He's very poised in the net. But if they come out, Danville, and they get 5, 6, 7 shots early in this period, it's going to be tough on a goalie getting his first. You want the first shots from the blue line with clear view in front of the net. Delaware needs to protect that defensive zone very efficiently in the first period. for the Danville Dashers. They need to come out and come out storming. This crowd is rambunctious tonight. It's Star Wars night here. They need to quiet them down early in this first period, and they need to win the neutral zone. That's where Danville lost the game yesterday. A lot of people think there's only two zones, offensive on one side, offensive on the other side. There's this zone right here in the middle that's the most important. You ask any head coach, they're going to say the most important, the neutral zone. If you turn it over here, 2-on-1, back the other way 9 out of 10 times.
So there you go. Those are Mike's keys to the games tonight. We're going to turn it over to PA announcer Tom Schultz as we get set for our national anthem. And we are just about set for the face-off tonight. Let's quickly give you the starting lineups. First for the visiting Danville Dashers at center, it'll be Mitch Atkins. He'll be corralled by Tyler Quintos and Artem Barakov, who got the Dashers on the board last night. Defense will be Johan Hoagland and Troy Murray. In between the pipes, as we mentioned, Harley White comes into the tonight's game with a 1-2 record and a 4.88 goals against average. For the Delaware Thunder, same front line as last night. Evgeny Demin at center, Anton Kalinin and Thomas Municello will be on the other wing. But on defense, a new pairing. You will have Kieran Devine alongside Daniel DeCristofaro with Morgan Hudson between the pipes. And we're underway on Star Wars night. Here live from Thunderdome, Danville controlling the opening face-off, and a pass just couldn't be completed there to Quintos. Kieran Devine tries to clear it out, but Atkins knocks it down. Side angle shot, and Hudson gets the glove on that. Throws it out in front, still loose in the slot, trying to get it back to the point. Couldn't do it, though, as that pass was deflected by Municello. Now, big hit in the corner from DeCristofaro. He's going to go off for a penalty, though. Delayed call coming up. Atkins backhands it along, but now the touch-up from Municello, and I think we're going to get a boarding call here on Daniel DeCristofaro, and Quintos is still down in the corner.
Yeah, Quintos down here, obviously maybe hit his head up on the boards as he covers his face. Didn't look like a bad hit from up here as he turned at the last second there, but Morgan Hudson early in this first period has to make an early save in tight. I know it's from a tough angle. Just a 2-minute miter on Daniel DeCristofaro. I agree with the call.
Yeah, and Quintos is still down. Hasn't really taken his hands away from his face yet. So, as you mentioned, Mike, I mean, you know where those partitions are in the glass. You catch your face the right way as you're turning in and taking that hit, because Daniel got him pretty good.
Right, and either way, you know, it's just like the angle you go in a lot of times. You know, it could be hit as clean as day, and you could get injured on it. And that's just the unfortunate part of the sport. Obviously, we wish the best as Dr. Alexiev, one of the best in the business out there to help out.
Luckily, Quintos getting to his feet, so that's a great sign. He'll get a little help coming off the ice, and he gets a good ovation from the Thunderdome crowd. We're just 29 seconds in, and we're already going to the man advantage for the Dashers as DeCristofaro goes off for the penalty. Quintos is still doubled over in pain.
Off to the locker room went Dan DeCristofaro.
Really?
Yes. Off to the locker room goes DeCristofaro. going to be a major to start the game for the Thunder. Yes, it is. Look up.
That'll be the second night in a row DeCristofaro's gotten a major penalty. Last night it was for fighting. Tonight it's for boarding. So 5 minutes of power play time for the Dashers. So you mentioned how important it was for Morgan Hudson to get off to a good start tonight in his first FHL start in goal, and he's going to be tested here early and often with 5 minutes of man advantage time for the Dashers.
Well, we talked about Morgan Hudson hoping to get some easy shots to ease him into this game. That's not going to happen. It's a 5-minute major power play for the Danville Dashers.
Atkins, Gullo, Barakov, Bukal, and Palmerville. Bukal with a shot. Glove save. Looks like Atkins might have gotten a piece of that as well. But Morgan Hudson is able to catch it and hold for a face-off. And DeCristofaro gets a game misconduct as well. So he's out for the rest of the night. So for the second night in a row, the Thunder are going to be shorthanded on the blue line. Good keep there by Bukal. His pass for Palmerville hopped over his stick, but he's able to play it in deep. Now Gullo fumbles in the corner. Fight for it along the near wall. In the skates of Taylor Cutting, and he's able to get it to center, but no further. Barakov will walk it back in the zone. His shot from the circle, high, and a good glove save there from Morgan Hudson. That's the same spot Barakov found the net last night. But Hudson keeps it a 0-0 game.
Yeah, Barakov didn't get as much as that one as he did last night, obviously, when he buried it under the glove of Aaron Taylor. But Morgan Hudson seeing the puck well so far. Obviously, that first shot from Bukal was tipped right in the high slot. Might have hit Contrado's stick, but he was able to track it down and glove it.
Off the draw, Hoagland now. He'll play it into the circle. Bormanis down low. They were trying to find Zalak in the slot, but the puck jumps up in the air. McIntosh couldn't knock it down, and Bormanis gets back to it. They'll play it back behind the net. Two Dashers go after it, and they get to it first. Back to the point. Bormanis to Hoagland, one-timer, and that goes wide off the deflection by Zalak, but he's able to get it back behind the net, and the Dashers are able to reset. Hoagland now, he'll walk it in, throws it in front, was looking for Troy Murray. Good back check there by Demon, and he's going to be able to get it back to center. Here comes Evan McIntosh, quickly a 2-on-1 if Evgeny hurries. He gets in front, tries to get to the backhand, but he loses the puck into the corner. Now he gets tripped up by White. As the Dashers come the other way, they're going to make a quick change as Bormanis walks it into the zone. Throws it into the slot just underneath the stick of Tesoriero there. And now Taylor Cutting will bring it back the other way for the Thunder. I'm sorry, that's Kostyakov. Tries to get it clear, nearly kept in there by Atkins, but they are able to get it back to center. That's where Atkins will recover. He spins but can't get through Contrado. Contrado nearly found Ryan Marker, but that pass slipped right under his stick. And now the Dashers look to come back the other way, though the Thunder get back quickly as well. Gullo walks into the zone, pulls up, throws it into the slot, finds a streaking defenseman. That puck is deflected into the near wall where Gullo recovers. Back to Bukal. Bukal walking along the blue line, marked by Marker. He'll just play him back into the corner. He finds Barakov there. Big hit from Cutting. Throws it in front. Atkins hammers away at it. Still loose in the slot. Backhand as well. Now Hudson finally able to cover up as Artem Barakov could not get that puck in the air. And we get a stoppage of play with 17:26 to go. 2:55 left on the major penalty.
Back and forth, back and forth. How about the penalty kill so far? Shots from the outside. That was the first really dangerous play on the penalty kill. And I'm not wearing stripes, I know, but Evgeny Demon looked to get hooked as he went to the front of the net there.
I don't disagree with you. No call. Power play continues. Atkins on the draw. Puck's in skates, but it gets back to the point. Bukal started to walk in, but now he'll backpedal out and let the power play set up. That shot goes well wide. Atkins behind the net, tries to throw it back to the point, does find Palmerville. He'll just spin it back around. Gullo will get to it in the corner there. He'll play it back to the point to Bukal. Bukal backhands to Gullo. He'll walk into the circle. Now he'll play it down low. Back up top to Bukal. His shot, that deflects off the face of one of the Thunders. I think that's Jordan Clark, who took that one right off the noggin as it goes into the corner. Now he's got that visor. You hope it got more of the visor. He's already up on his feet. That's a stinger, but he looks like he's going to try to stay out there. So I have a feeling because they stopped play, they're probably going to make him leave the ice.
He appears to be okay, obviously. Frustration after taking one off the head. It looked like it got him off the side of the head there, but he appears to be okay, luckily. We're already short a couple D-man. Obviously, Penn's, Basie out. DeCristofaro out for the game.
Off the draw, puck is in the skates at Taylor Cutting. They continue to battle for it. Zalak and Cutting played back to the point. Troy Murray does a nice job to play it back down deep. Zalak gets there. Feathers a pass over to Bormanis. Bormanis back to the point. Good keep on the blue line there by Hoagland. Now Bormanis in the circle. Shot, glove save, Morgan Hudson. And I'll tell you, that glove's had a lot of work so far early on, and he's been up to the task. 2:06 remain on the power play.
The Thunder faithful giving an ovation to Morgan Hudson. These guys know this is his first game, his first start, I should say. They're going to get back behind him tonight. He's seeing the puck well, and I like that. He gets out to the top of his crease just like Aaron Taylor does.
Danville has dominated the faceoff circle so far tonight. They win another draw and are continuing to apply pressure. Troy Murray in the circle. Quick shot. That's knocked down by Taylor Cutting. And now Evgeny Demon backhands it back to center. Tony Kalina now trying to play the puck through 3 Danville defenders, and he is able to get it. He'll play it back to center and let the Thunder kill some time. Kieran Devine with a shot well over the net and into the netting, which will stop play with 1:43 left in the man advantage.
Well, that's just something that can't happen. You have time. Now the faceoff comes back to center ice instead of making them go the full 200 feet breakout. I know it's a good effort there. Try to get it on net. Maybe make White hold it back there and to get an offensive zone faceoff. Only 1:43 to go and not too many scares for this Delaware penalty kill, which has been good this season.
Brandon Contrado off the draw is able to play it into the Danville zone. Harley White will settle it for Bukal. 1:35 left in the power play. 5-minute major power play. If you tuned in late, you missed a game misconduct penalty on a boarding call against Daniel DeCristofaro as Bukal walks it into the Delaware zone. Now he'll backpedal, but he's harassed. Good play there by Ryan Marker to get him back to center as Ben Bukal's got to play it all the way back into his own zone. Now Palmerville harassed by Marker, nearly lost the puck, did a good job to keep it, and now he comes through center with speed. He tried to play it into the Delaware zone, but it hit the linesman, and now the Dashers have to retreat. Valuable power play time elapsing here. Good hit on the blue line by Clark. Barakoff fans on the shot, still loose in the slot, and now comes to the near wall, and Danville recovers. That's Gullo. He'll play it deep into the corner. Kicked along there, but right onto the stick of Brandon Contrado, and he hands off to Ryan Marker. Off the skate of Marker from the pass from Koschikov goes all the way into the Danville zone. 45 seconds left on the man advantage. Nice move there by Palmerville to get around one Thunder defender. He walks in. His shot's deflected off the foot of Jordan Clark. Now the puck's loose behind. Barakoff gets there first. Has Gullo in the slot. Big save. Morgan Hudson. Puck still loose, though, at the side of the net now. Barakoff gets back to it. He's marked by Jordan Clark as Barakoff lost his stick. Clark plays it ahead off the hand of Brandon Contrado down to 20 seconds left on the power play. Pass ahead. Nick Gullo is going to try one last rush. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Tesoriero's shot and a glove down after the blocker save by Morgan Hudson. 12 seconds left on the man advantage. Huge stop in front by Huddy on that shot by Gallo.
Morgan Hudson comes out and Gullo has a lot of time there. Sometimes you overthink those. He didn't just get it off his stick. He sat, waited a second, tried to go 5-hole on Hudson, who popped out and made the save. And then the puck bounces free. He creates another scoring chance, Gullo. And Morgan Hudson is there for the rebound as well. Hudson already probably up over 8 saves easily.
Stalemate on the draw. Puck loose in the corner. Bormanis gets to it. Now behind, that's Zalak. Tesoriero running out of power play time. Zalak in the circle. Tried to throw it in the slot. It bounced off a defender. It comes right back to him, and a big pad save by Morgan Hudson. Puck still loose in the corner. Power play time is up. We're back to 5 aside. Nice little feather pass there from Muticello. He gets it to Brandon Contrado. Contrado walks in, holds, fires, and a glove save by Harley White. Now loose in the corner, and they'll play it back to the point. Kieran Devine to Taylor Cutting. He fires a high one off the crossbar and into the rafters, and we get a stoppage of play with 14:06 to go.
Wow. Quick turnaround. Brennan Young flying down. McIntosh joins the play for another 2-on-1. And Evan McIntosh, one of the vets on this team, the oldest player on the team, the smartest player on this team as well. He finds a way to get into the soft spot there, create an opening so White has to think about him and forced to make a good save.
Tony, thank you. Tesorero. We've been trying to get some clarification on that pronunciation for 2 days now. So, Tony, I appreciate that. 14:06 to play. Scoreless here in the first period as the Thunder survive a major penalty to Daniel DeCristofaro. Ryan Marker tries to keep it in at the blue line. Puck's bouncing there. And Atkins will come away with it for Danville. He plays it ahead to the newest member of the Danville Dashers, Chris Hunt. Atkins shot knocked down, loose in the corner. Big hit there as the Thunder defender goes to the ice. And now he'll carry it out. That's Patrick Tundle. Tundle, quick pass to Kalina, trying to find Marker. It was off his stick. He'll go to the corner with Palmerville. Kalina comes away with it. He gets stick checked there by Palmerville. Puck still loose in the corner. And Tony walks it back out. Now he'll circle. Oh, nice stick check there by Chris Hunt, but Tundle will pinch in. Quick shot. And a glove save by Harley White. He'll hold on for the faceoff.
I love the way Patrick Tundle's played these last couple games. He's keeping it even more simple than he usually does. Puck's on his stick, it's right off it. It's to another teammate or it's on net. It's a beautiful thing from him. He's a guy that they need as the 5'6" defenseman tonight, and they need him to not make any mistakes, and in the offensive zone, get pucks going towards the net.
13:24 to go. Evan McIntosh on the draw here for the Thunder with Nick Gullo. Puck's in skates. Quick shot from, is that Brennan Young? It is Brennan Young. Another good save by Harley White. He's had a couple of tough saves to make early on in this game, and he's stood up tall so far.
Both goaltenders have been solid to start this game.
Again, it'll be McIntosh and Gullo. Back to Young, quickly to the point. Cutting, that shot's deflected by Eric Masters. Another good save by Harley White. Now they'll fight for it in the corner. Masters and Troy Murray, and Murray gets there first. Barakoff now holds, and he'll just play it back behind his own net. Coming around Harley White is Hoagland. Quick pass ahead is off the stick of Murray. And now the Thunder will get it back to center. Pass a little too far for McIntosh. Hoagland clears the zone, back to the red line. Gullo, nice quick pass to Barakoff. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Thunder get back. Bormanis held up nicely by Taylor Cutting. And the puck comes loose in the corner, but Cutting can't clear. Nick Gullo keeps there. He'll step around Cutting, loses his edge, but gets back to his feet and holds the puck. Plays it over into the corner. Now back to the point. Palmerville with a shot. That's deflected and goes wide into the corner. And now Brennan Young will try to beat Bukal to the punch, but Ben gets there first. Gullo behind the net. He'll walk in front. Quick shot. Still loose. And Morgan Hudson is able to cover it up with that right pad. And with 12:26 to go, now we get a little extra business in front of the net. Barakoff having a bit of a conversation with, I believe that's Evan McIntosh.
Yeah, McIntosh, Cutting, and Masters on the ice. So a couple guys who will mix it up, no questions asked. And Gullo doing a good job. He's not the biggest body on the team, but he always finds a way to get to the front of the net. And when a puck flutters like that on a goaltender, it's tough to know where it's going. And if it hits the ice, it's a free-for-all.
Off the draw here, Tesserero and Contrado. It's a win for the Dashers again. Nice pass by Bukal to Armstrong. Armstrong loses the puck. Ryan Marker clears it out to center. And there's Kinsman, first time he's been on the ice tonight for the Thunder. He loses the puck at center, and now Danville able to clear it back, but Kostyakov gets there first. Nice pass across to Cutting, and that's Jordan Clark who dumps it in deep. Palmerville gets to it for Danville, plays it off the wall. Going for a big hit was Kostyakov, but he got the worst of it. Puck still loose at center, and Levi Armstrong will just dump it in deep. Danville will go for a change. Barakoff gets to the puck, but then he loses it. And now Jordan Clark carries ahead for the Thunder. He'll walk through center, cross the blue line, holds it at the circle, threw it in front. Nobody was home. Good defense there by the Dashers as Barakoff will play it back. Now he's forced by Kieran Devine. Puck loose in front of the Danville net. And Hoagland will just calm it down. His pass ahead, just out of the reach of Chris Hunt. And now Tundle plays it. Quick pass from Minucciello. Ryan Marker, quick shot, goes high and wide over the right shoulder of Harley White. That puck came back to center, so the Thunder have to get out of the zone. Atkins will carry it the other way for Danville. They'll just throw it back in behind the net. Kieran Devine and Chris Hunt will go one-on-one for it there. Puck's still loose, and Contrado's able to collect it. He flips it ahead to Ryan Marker. Ryan Marker works around Bormanis through the neutral zone, across the blue line. Quick shot, and that's deflected by Bukal, and that goes out of the arena. 11 minutes left in a scoreless first period.
How about that by Ryan Marker? He sized the man up before he even had the puck, what he was going to do. And that's why you say Ryan Marker, the puck does find him sometimes, it seems. But when you do that, you can't give him any space, and then you step up on him, and he walks right around you. There's no way to guard a guy like Ryan Marker.
Demon and Gullo on the draw here. Stalemate. Taylor Cutting is able to pinch in, but Palmerville gets to the puck, and he's able to clear it back out. This one's going all the way down. Icing against the Dashers as Kostyakov beat Zalak on the race to the goal line.
Well, a simple chip-out play there, a little too far. Pressure was provided by Thomas Minucciello. I like this line tonight. Demon, Minucciello, and Kalinin, or Skywalker, Solo, and R2-D2, whatever you prefer.
It'll be Demon and Gullo again on the draw. Minucciello as the puck's in skates. Gullo's able to play it back behind his own net, but Kalinin gets there first for Delaware. Puck now loose in the circle. Bukal chases, works around Demon, and now comes back through center with speed. He'll get across the blue line, throws one in front. Morgan Hudson deflects that to the far wall, and being able to play that out is Minucciello. And Getty Demon and Bormanis race after it. Bormanis gets there first. Now he's harassed behind the net by Demon, but he's able to reverse and get away from the forecheck as Danville's able to clear the zone. Nice pass off the wall. Zalak couldn't quite handle it, though, and it came loose to center. Now the Thunder come back the other way. Kalinin walks in across the blue line. Hold, shot! That puck's deflected off the shoulder of Harley White, and that goes out of play. 10:04 to go, and we're still scoreless.
Another shot from Anton Kalinin, another crossbar post. Watching here, it looked like he just got a piece of that, Henry White, and it deflected up and out of play. And yes, as the faceoff will stay deep. 10:04 to go in the first, just about at that media timeout.
Evan McIntosh on the draw with Tesserero. Clean win by McIntosh, back to Devine. Clark now at the point. His shot is muted by Armstrong, and it goes into the corner. Borikoff will play it there. Across for Logan Hallgood. Off the skate of Armstrong back to center. Jordan Clark couldn't get to it. Here comes Borikoff, but Tesserero was in the zone just a step too early, and the Dashers are offside. That actually might have been the best chance we've seen since the power play if he hadn't have been offside.
Right, a 2-on-1, and those are chances you don't get back if you're either team, Delaware or Danville. Tesserero's just got to wait that extra step here because Armstrong wasn't doing anything crazy there.
9:48 to play. Now we're getting a little jawing between Armstrong and Brennan Young. Now we're ready to draw. Puck's in the skates of the linesman, but Borikoff comes away with it. Now he's hauled down, no call there. Puck comes back to center. Kieran Devine fighting for it there with Hoagland. Still loose, Brennan Young, he falls down. And Hoagland's able to collect it for Danville. Now he backhands one along, but Eric Masters comes away with the puck. Back behind for McIntosh. Evan walks around Hallgood. He'll just play it back the other way into the corner as the Thunder look to get the cycle going. Masters to Brennan Young. Brennan Young's backhand pass intercepted by Armstrong, and he'll bring it out the other way for Danville. Gets across the red line and just throws it in as the Dashers go for a change.
When you're moving the puck backwards out of your own zone, from the offense zone, you got to be so careful there because it was nearly a 3-on-2 for Danville the other way. I always say when you're moving the puck backwards instead of forwards, you got to make sure it's the perfect pass.
Palmerville takes that pass as he backpedals into the Danville zone. Now he'll play one off the wall. That's Chris Hunt, the newest member of the Danville Dashers. Backhand pass. Troy Murray with a shot. Right pad save by Morgan Hudson. Right back to the point. And the shot by Palmerville's knocked down. Now it's a race for the puck. Can Brennan Young get there first? Not going to be able to, as Palmerville is able to beat him to it and plays it on the backhand to Troy Murray into the other corner. Murray chips it along. Atkins with a nice backhand play off the wall to Hunt. Hunt gets it across to Gullo to Atkins, who lost the puck as it goes behind the net. And Eli Kinsman will backhand it out of the Delaware zone back to center.
Just a step off was Atkins there as the 2-on-1 couldn't get going.
Atkins, the puck's back to him now behind the net. Looking to work around Taylor Cutting. Cutting gets him off the puck. Puck's back loose in the corner again. Kostyukov now plays it along but can't get it by Atkins. Atkins tried to find Hunt in the slot, goes off his stick after he gets bodied by Kinsman. Now head the other way is Ryan Marker. He lost the puck and now just play it back in deep. Bukal and Kinsman go at it behind the net. Tries to throw one out in front to Contrato, but that was muted by Hoagland. And now Hoagland trying to come away with it in the corner, and he does. He lifts it back to center, just off the stick of Bormanis, but he gets back to it. Nice pass. Zalak with a shot. Now is knocked down by Taylor Cutting. Rebound shot and a save by Morgan Hudson. And Ryan Marker collects the rebound and now comes through center. From the left circle. Now he'll take it back behind the net. Still holding the puck. 5 Dashers with their eyes on Marker, and the puck's back to Municello in the circle. His shot and a save by Harley White as now Troy Murray is without his stick. Municello taken off the play by Tesserero, and the puck's back to Ryan Marker. Marker from the blue line, his shot loose in front, and Logan Hallgood's able to get there, but Brandon Contrato got hauled down in front, and Tesserero is going to go to the box, and the Thunder will go on the power play for the first time tonight.
Just a little show of what Contrato can do for you. He's not the biggest guy out there either, just like Gullo on the other end, but he gets to the front of the net also. He's got good vision on the ice. He always finds Marker, it seems like. And when Marker leaks out of the zone, he always gets the pass right to him. 2-minute power play for the Delaware Thunder. Let's see if they can convert here and take the lead just like yesterday.
Now, interesting, too, Marker was out for a pretty long shift there as we head into the power play. He'll stay out and play the point, along with Kalinin, Demon, Taylor Cutting, and Kostyukov. Off the draw, puck's in the skates of Demon, and Bormanis is able to come away with it. He plays it off the wall and was looking to break out, but Kostyukov gets to that one. Skates it right in front of his own goaltender. His backhand pass is under the stick of Kalinin. So Tony's got to retreat a bit. Now he gets it back the other way. Walks into the Danville zone as the Thunder look to set things up. Good poke check there by Palmerville, and he's able to clear it all the way back down.
Morgan Hudson gets his first touch in quite some time here. Stops it behind the net, and a 200-foot breakout ensues for the Thunder.
1:30 to go on the power play. Ryan Marker carries it out of the Thunder zone. Works across the red line, and he'll get into the zone. Now he pulls up. Gullo pokes the puck away momentarily, but Marker's able to get it back. That pass was deflected, but not out. Kostyakov, his shot goes through the slot, and nobody home at the other point, but Marker's able to keep it in. Back behind the net, Taylor Cutting's got it. Cutting, manned by Bukal. Bukal had a fine game last night for the Dashers. Demon plays it back to Kostyakov at the point. Demon across to Marker. Marker shot, save, Harley White. With Cutting right in front of him, he's able to get the glove on it. With 56 seconds to go, it looks like the Thunder will make a line change.
And if Taylor Cutting's standing in front of most goalies, it's going to be tough to see. But like we touched on in the open, Harley White, not the biggest goalie out there, but he made himself look big on that one. And as a goaltender, you know how tough it is when there's bodies in front to be able to see that puck. Good save as he found it and hit him right in the chest.
Contrato and Atkins on the draw. Atkins wins it. Hoagland's got it in the corner and is able to clear it all the way back down. Hudson will paddle that down and set it up for Kieran Devine to come back the other way with 45 seconds left on the man advantage.
Eli Kinsman out at the point on the second unit with Kieran Devine.
That is Kinsman carrying it through the neutral zone. He walks in and he looks to set things up. Waiting. Back to the point to Contrato. Now it's Kinsman in the circle, turning. Walks around one defender, now goes behind the net, loses the puck for a second. Now he's got it back through the slot. Tried to find Contrato, but the puck bounced. He gets a quick shot off, and there's a shoulder save by Harley White. And now the Dashers come away with it. Atkins with a backhand pass. And watch out, here comes Zalak. Good play by Kinsman to get back. But Zalak's going to get to the puck. He beats Kieran Devine, and now Atkins has it in the corner. That's just about going to do it for the power play as the penalty time to Tesserero expires. Long stretch pass deflected by Troy Murray. And now he's able to corral that. But loose in front, Harley White has to cover up for the Dashers. And with 5:02 to go, we'll finally get the media timeout.
Weird to me how the media timeout could fluctuate so much. I understand you got to watch for icings,
right,
penalties, etc. But scoreless Gary in this one. Crazy to think so with all the chances we've seen. 5-minute power play on one side, a 2-minute power play, obviously your normal power play on the other end.
Well, give credit both these goaltenders. We talked about it in the open. Backup goaltender for the Thunder with Morgan Hudson. Backup goaltender for the Dashers with Harley White. They've both seen some really quality chances and have made some big saves. But I think both teams as well have defended their own zone pretty well. Yeah. Both have faced a penalty kill and were able to stave that off. And it's almost like the early rounds of a heavyweight championship match. You know what I mean? Just a little back and forth, kind of feeling you out. So I'm not shocked that it's scoreless, and I'm also not shocked that it's been a pretty calm game so far through the first 15 minutes.
Right, and I say this with the grain of salt because obviously there's still plenty of hockey to be played. I wouldn't be surprised if 2 goals wins this game at all.
I don't doubt that in the least. 5:02 left in the first period. Again, it's Star Wars night tonight. If you are digging the Star Wars jerseys that you see on the backs of the Delaware Thunder players, you can bid on your favorite Thunder's jersey. Just go to the Live Source app. If you have an iPhone, go to the App Store or to Google Play and download Live Source right now, and you can put your bid in. Off the draw, Ryan Marker plays it into the corner. Palmerville gets there, hands it off to Logan Hallgood. He'll just chip it along, and here comes Barakoff. He'll fire one in from the red line, and that goes all the way into the netting, so we get another stoppage of play.
Quick whistle right after the media timeout here. Gives us a second to talk about the Danville Dashers who came to town. Obviously, last night they get in late. Tonight they're more well prepared, and I think we see that in this first period. They got out, they got their warm-up in, they got a good stretch in, and the legs were moving early here. Obviously, the 5-minute power play helped, but Danville and Delaware, 2 teams, they mimic each other pretty well on the ice.
Logan Hallgood controls the puck in the Danville zone after the face-off win. Palmerville plays it ahead, looking for Tesserero. Barakoff. Nice pass to Levi Armstrong. His shot's deflected by Patrick Tundle into the corner. And now ahead, Ryan Marker chips it past Palmerville, but good play there by number 11 for Danville to keep Ryan away from the puck. Now this is Tesserero. Plays it to center. Barakoff. He'll just throw it back to Palmerville. Now here comes Hallgood across the red line, and he'll dump it in deep. Tesserero was there first, but let the puck go. And now Brandon Contrado is able to pick it up for the Thunder. He gets it to Marker. Marker across the blue line. They'll zigzag there, but the pass is behind Contrado. Now a quick outlet right on the stick of Atkins. He comes in on a break, walks in, backhand save, Morgan Hudson, and then cutting with a big hit in the corner. And the Thunder are able to clear it the other way. They're coming back 2-on-2 with Marker and Contrado. The trailer is Kalinin. Marker throws it in the slot. Kalinin, he scores! Ryan Marker with a beautiful setup to Tony Kalinin to put the Thunder up 1-0.
How about that? Bukal with the beautiful pass out of his own end to Atkins. Goes to the backhand. Morgan Hudson reads it the whole way. He gets the point from Kalinin. He knows he's the reason that Anton has a goal. Marker with a beautiful pass, and you know White's thinking he's going to pull it. Great pass across, and Anton Kalinin is red hot of late, and we said it, he's getting going.
Kalinin now has scored in back-to-back nights. He's got 3 on the season. 3:51 to go, and the Thunder are on top. Evgeny Demin and Atkins on the draw. Again, another stalemate, but the Dashers get to the puck as Nick Gullo plays it into the Delaware zone. He'll put his hip into Kieran Devine, who just whips it around the wall. Bormanis is able to keep there. In the corner, Atkins finds Bormanis in the circle, fakes the shot, and then takes it and sends it high and wide. Now another shot from the point and a bouncing puck, and Morgan Hudson is able to scoop that up. Now Patrick Tundle and Atkins throw a couple of sticks at each other, but cooler heads prevail.
I love to see this from Morgan Hudson. He obviously gets his first start tonight, and there's got to be, like we said, nerves, pressure running through the kid's mind. But he comes in here, and he's having about as solid as a first period as you can.
He's been phenomenal. 3.5 minutes to go. Danville will make a change. They go to Zalak, Chris Hunt, and Armstrong. Zalak wins the draw. Hoagland gets it to Armstrong in the circle. Zalak in front, and another save from Hudson off the right pad, but the Thunder can't clear. Puck loose in the slot, and that was just under the stick of Hunt. He plays it back in front, but that's Taylor Cutting coming back the other way. Nice pass on the stick of Brennan Young. Young walks in, fires, and a save by Harley White. Rebounds chance off the side of the net. And now Kieran Devine plays one deep, and a big hit by Chris Hunt, and we get a stoppage as the net comes off its moorings.
Look at the play by Brennan Young here. You watch him pull it in between the defenseman's legs, then able to fire a quick shot through there. That's why Brennan Young's so good. His shot is deceptive, and he can set up the defenseman as a screen on his old goaltender. And as a former goaltender, that's the last thing you want to see happen.
Brennan Young's got 12 points on the season for the Thunder, 6 goals, 6 assists. 3:07 to play in the first. Off the draw, back to the point. Kostyakov with a quick shot. It's deflected, and White's able to knock that down. Still loose in the slot, though. And another save from White. Now here comes Chris Hunt the other way for Danville. He walks across the blue line, holds, gets it to Zalak. Zalak loses the puck. It's in the corner. Takes a body from Kostyakov, and Igor's able to play it along, but Chris Hunt gets there first for Danville. He backhands one back towards Morgan Hudson, who paddles it behind the net. Now it's loose in front. They bat away at it, and it comes loose into the corner. Armstrong gets there for Danville. Now Kostyakov has it, plays it along the wall, but Palmerville's able to keep. That one was wide of the net, but it comes back to Troy Murray at the other point. He'll just play it deeper into the corner, and now Armstrong coming to the bench, holding his throat. I don't know if he got an elbow up high. Now Chris Hunt made a nice play to keep it at the blue line, but then the puck bounced on him, and he backhanded it back to center, so the Dashers had to clear. But he gets back to the punt. Borikov with a shot, and that went wide. And now Ryan Marker loses the puck. Murray's able to keep it in, and the Thunder just can't get it out of their own zone right now.
And this is when trouble ensues, when the Thunder can't clear on the first, second, third try.
Borikov with the pass back to the point. Palmerville's shot goes wide. Now right back in front, and that puck bounced off the stick of Borikov. Now Masters finally able to get it out. Ryan Marker walks through center. Across the blue line, quick shot, and that one's high and wide. And Borikov gets there first for Danville. Artem Borikov, he'll play it across. Palmerville ahead off the stick of Gullo. And now Kieran Devine plays for Delaware. That puck was deflected and comes back to Nick Gullo, and he's able to play it in deep for the Dashers as they'll go for a change. Minute and a half left in the first period with the Thunder up 1-0.
Yeah, we see now Danville fighting back, and you see when you give up a goal, it's always how are you going to respond. Danville's responded well.
Marker, quick side angle shot. Harley White stands up nicely along his post. And on the rebound, Atkins plays it right back to him for the cover with 1:19 to play.
I don't think enough defensemen do that, or forward, whoever it may be getting back. Atkins smartly just poked it back to his goaltender where there he knows no trouble can come from instead of trying to clear it into trouble with Contrado bearing down on him.
Demon and Atkins go back at it again on the draw, and now coming away with it is Chris Hunt. He'll play it ahead to Bormanis. He comes across the blue line. Quick shot, another glove save for Morgan Hudson, and he'll hold. And now a little extra from Jordan Clark on Bormanis there in front of his netminder.
Well, that's a big reason why they brought Jordan Clark to this team. They know he'll stand up for his teammates, and now with Pens and Basie sideline, Jordan Clark's going to need to step up. If someone takes a shot or something and someone needs to fight, it's going to be Jordan Clark who's going to answer the call tonight.
And, of course, showing his toughness, he took that shot off the face earlier in this period. Now Atkins loses his edge. Now we're going to get a penalty. Looks like they're going to get, is it Clark they're getting for the trip there?
I believe it's Demon. No, you're right. It is Clark. Both sticks were in the area.
Right. So the Dashers will go back to the power play. They're 0 for 1. That 0 for was a big one. They had a 5-minute major penalty go their way early in the game. Just 19 seconds in, Daniel DeCristofaro got a boarding call for a major penalty and a game misconduct. So the Dashers would love to even things up here before they get to the intermission. Borikoff plays it behind the net. Now it's Atkins. The Dashers get set up. Gullo at the circle, down low to Atkins. Atkins comes around behind the net. Played it back to the point, but too far for Palmerville, and this will go all the way back into the Danville zone. Harley White will set it up there. Bukal now takes over. And he'll look to break out of his own zone. Skates around Contrado, and now all of a sudden we got a 3-on-2 quickly. Now Bukal tried to hold up, but he ran into his own man, Borikoff. And now he plays it back deep. Atkins now in the corner to Barkov. Barkov holds, plays it across. Palmerville with a nice keep at the blue line. Puck loose in the slot. Barkov with a backhand and a save by Morgan Hudson. And now Atkins knocks it down in the circle. He'll backhand it back to the point. Palmerville, his shot, score! Alex Palmerville through traffic, top shelf, and we're tied at 1.
I think Gusso got a tip on it in front. The way Morgan Hudson looked after, he made it seem like there was a tip in front. Gusso's going to lead the way to the bench here. Usually means he's the one who got it. Never want to give up a goal in the last minute of the period. That's what the Delaware Thunder do here. Could be up 1-0 if you just wait 13 seconds. But, hey, it's all Bukal. Brings the puck into the zone, runs into Armstrong, has the whereabouts to find the puck and play it. Bukal has been, I think, in these last 2 nights, the best player on Danville, no doubt.
Get no argument from me on that. So 13 seconds left. It'll be Demon and Zalak in the face-off circle. Quickly to Kalinin. Gets across the blue line, walks in, shot save, Harley White. And the puck is loose, and now we're going to get a penalty on Danville. It's going to be a trip as Municello got taken down, headed to the net. So with only 6 seconds left here in the period, not much of a chance to do a whole lot here, but the Thunder will walk into the second period a man up.
Well, it's Logan Hagwood who's going to go to the bench for 2 minutes. Former Thunder. He played a couple games here in Thunder Black. We got to see him play against Carolina that weekend, I believe it was. Yep. He was here. And he's a solid defenseman. He doesn't score many goals, but he plays good in his own end.
Off the draw, puck's loose in the corner. Palmerville, the goal scorer, will just hold it, and that'll take us to zeros here. So we're through one period of play, and it was a good one. Some really fine goaltending. Good chances for both teams. Kalinin scores for the Thunder. And then on the power play, Alex Palmerville. Actually, I think, as you mentioned, Nick Gullo is probably going to get credit for that goal on the shot from the point from Palmerville to tie it up with just 13 seconds left in the period. But then a minor penalty taken by Hallgood. So when we start the second period, the Thunder will be on the man advantage for 1 minute and 47 seconds. Of course, Thunder fans hope that they won't be for all that time, because that would mean that they don't tally being a man up. But quality 20 minutes of play there, and kind of what we expected, right?
Yeah, if you're either team here, I think you're somewhat happy and somewhat upset after going into that period. Both teams could say, hey, we could be up a goal. Obviously, more on the Thunder side, they were up the goal, but I think Danville came out early, made some good plays on the on the power play, I should say. But the Delaware Thunder killed that 5 minutes, and that got them going a little bit, and that was huge for them.
We love this. We get a little tiny mite action between periods here. I believe these are the Delaware Rough Riders.
Yes, they are.
And if I had to venture a guess, you know, and this is really going to sound bad, and this is not a knock on Harley White, but doesn't the goaltender here for the Rough Riders look about the same height as Harley White?
No, come on, Gary.
I'm kidding. Nothing but love for the Danville Dashers. It's been a fun weekend of hockey. So enjoy the Tiny Mites here. We're going to thank some of our great sponsors, and then we'll be back for period number 2. We got a tie score here live from Thunderdome. Danville 1, the Thunder 1. Delaware looking for their first winning streak in team history, while the Dashers look to avoid losing a second straight. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with period number 2. Thanks for watching on our YouTube channel, and of course you can always find the link at DelawareThunder.com and at FederalHockey.com. We'll check scores from around the FHL and get you ready for period number 2 coming up after these words. Tonight's presentation of Delaware Thunder Hockey is brought to you by these fine corporate sponsors: Bay Health, Betsy Ross Pizza, Brimminghorn Meadery, Duck Creek Printing, Gatehouse Media, M&T Bank, Easy Loans Incorporated, The Barn, Harrington Insurance, Big Oyster Brewery, Coeur d'Leon Grill and Restaurant, 47 ABC Television, Delaware Prep Ice Hockey, Bridal Bit Liquors, Charlie's Painting, American Hockey Services, Forever Media, Applebee's Grill and Bar, Robert Webster Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, Delmarva Chiropractic and Wellness Center, First Aid Fabrication, Pizza King, Post-Acute Medical, Premier Orthopedic Bone and Joint Care, Holiday Inn Express, Delaware State Lottery, Planet Fitness, Mission Barbecue, THG Transport Incorporated, the YMCA of Delaware, CrossFit Dover, Texas Roadhouse, Erco Ceilings and Interiors, Chick-fil-A, and MD Mechanical. I'm Gary Schofield. We'll return with the next period in minutes with Mike Basile. You're watching the Delaware Thunder live at FederalHockey.com. And welcome back to the Center Ice Arena in Harrington as we get set for period number 2 between the Danville Dashers and the Delaware Thunder, tied at 1. Wrap up of the first period, the Dashers outshoot the Thunder 17-11. Anton Kalinin scores his 3rd of the season on assists from Brandon Contrato and Ryan Marker. That made it a 1-0 Delaware lead. But the Dashers answer on the power play late in the first period as Palmerville scores his 1st of the season. Mitch Atkins, Nick Gullo with the assists, and that's where we stand, tied at 1. Let's quickly take a look at the rest of the FHL tonight as they get ready to head to the 3rd period. Port Huron leads Columbus 1-0. Another barn burner in Carolina tonight. Elmira was up 3-2, but the Thunderbirds score late in the second. That game tied at 3. Mentor all over Battle Creek. It's 5-2 late in the second period there. Danbury taking on first place Watertown in the Eastern Division. The Hat Tricks have a 2-1 lead after 1 period of play. Danbury gets goals from Matthias Kosick and Aaron Atwell. Jamie Lucas gets on the board for Watertown, 2-1 there after 1. We are tied at 1 through 1 period of play here. I'm Gary Schofield alongside Mike Basile, and kind of as we expected, it was a much calmer game in the first 20 minutes than what we saw here last night. Both teams, I think, really grinded to try to get that victory. Obviously, it would be the first time that the Thunder would put together back-to-back wins, and the Dashers coming off a 3-game winning streak, trying not to turn into a losing streak.
Right, and there's a lot of things that can happen in this game that can change the pace. Penalties are the biggest one in my mind. Both teams at 5-on-5 have looked pretty good tonight. So an undisciplined penalty, even if it is one, you just don't back check a little too hard and you get a hook in there. Right. That could change the whole pace of this game. Like I said, I think even though it's 1-1, I still think a second goal could win this game. I think, like you said, both teams have been good in the defensive zone. Really, both goals. One was the breakdown in the Danville zone. But the Delaware goal, just a tip in front, Gusso got free for a hair of a second, and he's able to pop it into the back of the net. So all it takes is that little play to break this game open, and I think we're in for a 1-goal game like yesterday could have been without that empty net.
And I'll tell you, credit to the goaltenders, both the backup goaltenders playing tonight. Harley White has been phenomenal for Danville. Morgan Hudson, the glove has been really good for Delaware. So we almost were wondering, because of the backup goalies, if that would create more opportunities, more chances, but both have been up to the task.
Right, and you think about it, obviously. 2 goalies who haven't seen much time, only 3 starts on one end in White, and none yet in Morgan Hudson, but he's obviously had some playing time this season. So the first time that Hudson comes into a game to start, and he plays a phenomenal first period. What do you make, 16-17, I think I read.
Right, so 16 saves for Morgan Hudson, and then 10 saves so far for Harley White. Of course, Logan Hallgood starts this period in the box, a minute 55 of power play time still left on the clock, which I'm not a math expert, but there were 13 seconds left in the first period when that penalty was called.
No, 13 when they scored, 6 when the penalty was called.
All right, 6 when. Oh, okay.
Still off by a second, but better than 7 seconds.
That's a good point. So off the draw, the Thunder win it. Ryan Marker, Kostyakov, Evgeny Demin, Contrato, and Kalinin. That's the power play group out for the Thunder. That's Brandon Contrato walking through center. He'll just dump it into the Danbury corner. Bukal gets there first, and he'll clear it all the way back down easily, down to nearly 1:30 left on the power play.
Now they have to go the length of the ice, and that's the problem when you just chip it in sometimes. If you don't win a battle, that thing's going the full 200 feet down the other way.
Cross ice pass for Ryan Marker. He walks into the circle. Quick shot and a glove save by Harley White. And again, quick reflexes there from number 29 for Danville. He's been showing that off all night.
Harley White's been great tonight. 11 saves in the first period for Harley White. Adds another one to the resume there, and it's a good glove save on Ryan Marker. Even if Ryan Marker looks like he's at an off angle, it doesn't matter. He can score from anywhere, and that's a big save by White.
Demin wins the draw to Kostyakov, plays it across to Marker. Marker in front, puck's loose. Demin couldn't get a stick on it, and now Nick Gullo chases after it and is able to play it further along through center, and now the puck bounces back to him, and he's able to get it all the way back behind Morgan Hudson. Kostyakov, stretch pass off the stick of Contrato. He's forced there by Murray. Puck comes loose. Atkins comes away with it, and he tries to throw it into the slot, and a great diving play by Tony Kalinin, and now the whistle because the net comes off as Kalinin bumps into it after making that sprawling pass deflection.
No need for a whistle when that's behind the play. Morgan Hudson asking the ref, it's behind the play. We're breaking out the other way. We don't need a whistle right now, and that's 100% true. If that net could get back on before it comes back in here, it should.
53 seconds of power play time remain, but the faceoff is here in the Delaware zone. On the draw, Atkins kicked it back to the point, but the puck came to Tony Kalinin. Hogan falls down, and Danville's able to dump it back into the Delaware zone. Marker backhands it along for Contrado. He'll just play it off the wall. Marker tries to corral it there. We're down to 38 seconds left on the power play. This has been a great kill for the Dashers. Delaware can't even get out of their own zone right now. Marker will play it across. Evgeny Demin will carry it through center. He walks in. Now he'll stop as they look to get set up. Kostyakov at the point. His shot's deflected down, and now quickly the Danville Dashers come back the other way with a 2-on-1. It's Atkins and Bormanis. Atkins plays it ahead a little too far as the back check from Kalinin forced that play a bit. But we're down to 10 seconds now on the power play. Demin and Atkins along the near wall. Demin's got to play it back around. And the Dashers start this period the way they wanted to, with a fantastic penalty kill as we're back to even strength.
That's what happens when you try to force a shot. Unfortunately, comes back out the other way. Another good save by White.
Yep, Marker with a quick shot. Harley White makes the save, but then bumped the post, and the net comes off, so we'll get another stoppage with 17:59 to go. Tied at 1 here at Thunderdome on Star Wars night.
Yeah, man. Just want to let everybody know you have till 8:45 to bid on those jerseys. 8:45. Got just over a half hour to bid on those jerseys. I see the bids are rising, but that doesn't mean you can't make a little bid. These are awesome, and they're lifelong memories.
Morgan Hudson was able to get that along to Kieran Devine. Now Eric Masters plays it to Patrick Tundle. He'll walk it into the Danville zone. Quick shot. Glove save by White. Loose in the slot. And a good job by Zalak to get that puck to the near wall. Now they battle for it there in the corner. Still going at it, 2-on-2, and the puck comes free. Here comes Borikov the other way for Danville. He'll play it through Kieran Devine. I'm sorry, that's Levi Armstrong, who's chasing into the corner. Bukal takes out a man. Now the puck comes back in front, and Eric Masters on a good back check is able to come away with it for Delaware. Quick pass out to Brennan Young. Young gets through one defender, and then Troy Murray with a poke check there as Tesserero takes him off the play. Murray will play it back around behind his own net. Chasing there, though, is Taylor Cutting. He gets there first, but a little too far as Murray is able to play it ahead. Armstrong through center. Gets it deep behind Morgan Hudson. He'll paddle it along to Jordan Clark. Puck's loose in his skates, though, and Danville comes away with it. Tesserero turning in the circle. His pass across deflected by Brennan Young, but Borikov gets to it. Back to the point. Hoagland, that puck comes out, though, and he's got to backpedal into the neutral ice. Pass to Gullo in his skates. Now he'll throw it across, but the Dashers would have been offside there as well. So a free out for Delaware, and a quick pass ahead. Brennan Young, quick fires. Looks like the defender got a piece of that and sends it over the net. Still loose on the near wall here, and here comes Eli Kinsman. He walks in, fans on the shot. Now he's marked by Armstrong. Back to the point, Taylor Cutting. Tried to find Kinsman, and then Eli falls down, and now Nick Gullo comes back the other way for Danville. Pass to Hoagland. He's across. Quick shot, too high, and goes over the net, but in the corner, Chris Hunt plays it along. Cutting can't get to it. Borikov picks it up in the corner. Into the circle, back to the point. Bukal with a shot. It's a good save there by Morgan Hudson. Not sure if that got the paddle of his stick or his blocker, but either way, it goes into the netting for a stoppage of play.
And that's a different save we've seen from a lot of goalies. Most goalies, it seems like when the puck gets shot, they go right down. Morgan Hudson stays up, makes himself as big as possible. He's not the biggest goalie. He'll be the first to tell you that, Morgan. And he likes to make himself big. He's not going to drop right away. He's going to stay square and tall. You get that glove up nice and high as well.
Contrado wins the draw. Kostyakov will play it across to Jordan Clark. Off the wall, Marker can't handle. Atkins will just dump it back into the Delaware zone. 15:50 to go. We're tied at 1. Zalak chasing there. He'll battle with Kieran Devine, and he's able to get it to Bormanis. Back to the point to Bukal. Bormanis now walks through the circle. Backhand shot. That goes wide. And Ryan Marker gets to it first, but just throws it into the slot. Bormanis, Bukal with a shot. That's blocked by Kostyakov. Dangerous play there by Marker. You don't see that very often. Zalak behind the net now. He turns, throws it in front. Now the puck's in skates, but they're able to get it back to the point. Bukal fires one, and it goes wide. Atkins with a backhand through the slot, and nobody can cash in. Bormanis now in the circle. He throws it back behind the net. Zalak gets to it there. Throws it in front, was trying to get Atkins, but Atkins was a little too deep, and now Contrado the other way. He'll just fire it in deep for the Thunder. Kinsman gets to it in the corner, but then loses control, and now Bormanis will bring it back the other way for Danville. He plays it ahead to Zalak. Zalak across the blue line, walks through a defender, right in front, backhand, and a save by Hudson. Atkins backhands it into the slot, and Jordan Clark plays it further, but not out. Now still on his knee, Bormanis was able to get a shot off, but that deflects to the wall. Hoagland with a good keep at the blue line. And now with some nifty stick work, he throws one in front, still loose to the side of the net. And Eli Kinsman will carry it away for Delaware, but his pass intercepted at center by Hallgood. Borikoff will backpedal. He plays it again to Hallgood. Hallgood will play it back to Hoagland, and Danville will look to reset. Pass it, Levi Armstrong at the red line, hands off to Borikoff. Borikoff fumbled the puck, but Armstrong gets it right on the tape, holding, waiting, and that shot's deflected by Jordan Clark. Bouncing puck in front, finally cleared to center.
It's been the Danville Dashers start to this period. They've been good, they've been fast, and they've been relentless.
14:05 to play, tied at 1. Johan Hoagland carries it through center. Is it able to get it into the Delaware zone, but not that deep. And now Patrick Tundle comes back the other way for the Thunder. He'll get into the circle. Nice backhand pass, but a little too far for Municello. Evgeny Demon tries a shot from the point, and it's deflected out of play by Borikoff.
I like that from Patrick Tundle. You don't see it from him much. Most of the time, he's a quick one-and-done guy, and that pass right on, if that pass is right on Tommy Municello's stick, could be 2-1 Delaware Thunder. Tommy's still looking for that first goal this season, and he's inches away.
Talked a little bit last night about how he's been a little snake-bitten so far this year, and there's another example of that. Evgeny Demon will take the draw here with Nick Gullo to the left of Harley White. 1-1 game here with 13:54 to play. Demon won the draw, but a good job there by Zalak to get to it. Gets a shoulder there from Tundle and loses the puck to Tony Kalinin. He walks through two Danville defenders, gets it into the Dasher zone. Municello knocks it down. His shot, though, is blocked. And now in the slot, Zalak will bring it back the other way. He goes cross ice. That pass deflected by Jordan Clark, but Chris Hunt gets there. Little chip pass. Nick Gullo now will play it in deep. He's battling with Patrick Tundle, but controls the puck. Tundle loses his edge. Now behind the net, Zalak throws it in front, was trying to find Hunt. That pass was deflected. Troy Murray gets to it, though, and is able to play it back into the corner. Hunt will feather it along. Municello tries to get it through Gullo, but he can't. Nick does a nice job to block it there. Tries to walk out in front and runs into Jordan Clark. Puck loose at the side of the net. And Troy Murray will grab it and throw it back to center. And Palmerville will send it all the way in as Danville goes for a change.
Looked like an icing there to me as they were way past the red line when that one was thrown in.
Evgeny Demon carries it around Bormanis across the red line and into the Danville zone. In the circle, throws it in front, and it was in the skates of Tony Kalinin. And the puck's down loose in the corner. Atkins will fire it around, but Kostyakov in from the point, loses control in the corner as Murray stood him up there. Puck's still loose now, and looks like Atkins comes away with it. He'll try to circle around a Delaware defender, and he does. Now he loses his edge and the puck, but apparently he was assisted down to the ice as it looks like Tony Kalinin's going to go to the box for a trip.
No, it's Brennan Young, I think, for a cross check, actually. They were both involved there, but Brennan Young with the extra push at the end. And now we got a bench minor on Delaware as well, which is not good. That's a 5-on-3.
Had to face a 5-minute major penalty in the first period, and we're able to kill that off. So now we're going to get 2 minutes of 5-on-3 penalty time for the Dashers. Cashed in on their last power play late in the first period. Palmerville was able to fire one in from the point to tie the game at 1. And Igor Kostyakov's asking the referee, wait, why did we lose another player?
Well, it'll be 2-2, obviously, right up at the same time. Someone not happy in the penalty box. I heard a loud bang down there. We don't need more broken sticks here. You can trust me on that.
There's a puck cleared back to center. Bukal corrals for Danville. He'll play it to Atkins. Atkins walks in. Fumbles the puck in the corner a bit. Gets hit there by Taylor Cutting, who's now lost a stick. So it's almost like a 5-on-2. Bukal with a shot. Morgan Hudson makes the save. It's into the corner, but Cutting again without a stick. Just going to try to lock it up on the wall there. He'll battle with Nick Gullo. And now a little help from Troy Murray. Atkins back to Murray in front, and Hudson with a save. And now Cutting goes down behind the net. Danville able to control it. Gullo, Palmerville finds Atkins. Atkins holds, fires, and a save by Morgan Hudson, and he's able to hold on to get a face-off in the right circle. 1:21 left on the 5-on-3.
It was a 5-on-2 for 150 there for that 30-second stretch as Taylor Cutting dropped the stick when he was bumped into. And he made some good plays, though, without a stick, held the puck against the wall. And all you can do without a stick is find a man and match up. You take one guy out of the play. That's all you can do.
Barikov, Zalak, Tesserero, Bormanis, and Hoagland now out for Danville. Hoagland back for Bormanis. He'll hold. Plays it down deep. Tesserero back up top to Bormanis. He'll wind and fire, and that puck goes off the skate of Evan McIntosh and out of play. We're down to 1:06 left on the power play.
just a little look at what you could see from Evan McIntosh every game. He doesn't care about his body. He doesn't. He'll do whatever it takes for the team. He's bumping on the biggest guys. He's fighting the biggest guys in Danbury. It doesn't matter. He's a team player. He's a win guy.
Palmerville checks in for Zalak. Tesserero wins the draw. Hoagland back at the point. Gives it to Bormanis. Bormanis plays to Barakoff, who just walks in, fires, and Morgan Hudson makes the save and covers up. That's one thing, too, that I've noticed from Morgan Hudson tonight. Very few rebounds have come into play. It's pretty much been one and done for the Dashers.
Well, if you look there, you see Morgan Hudson thinking pass, obviously, here on the 5-on-3. You're always thinking something's going to come from the front of the net. That one comes from an off angle. Might have surprised him a bit, but he's still able to cover up and get the whistle.
Barakoff plays it back to Bormanis at the point, across to Hoagland. Hoagland on one-timer for Bormanis, but that's well wide. Palmerville will get there first for Danville and keep it in the zone. 40 seconds left on the power play. Palmerville's pass, that's deflected by Jordan Clark. Now he knocks down the shot from Hoagland. Puck's in the skates of Palmerville, but he's able to come away with it. He hands it off down low. Tesserero back up top to Hoagland. Hoagland just holding, waiting. Now he'll give it to Tesserero. Looks in the slot for Barakoff, but it goes under his stick and back to center. 15 seconds left. Danville can have one last rush here with the 5-on-3. Hoagland walks in, throws it across. Bormanis in the slot. His shot goes high and wide, right over the top of the net, and bounces back into the slot. Hoagland corrals. Back up top again. Bormanis, his shot save. Hudson, score on the rebound. Barakoff. Just as the penalty expired, so this is going to be an even strength goal, but the Thunder players really hadn't even gotten back into the play yet.
Well, it's a power play in parentheses goal, as Young and I believe it was Kinsman in the box were not out of the box yet, and the 5-on-3 kind of gets the job done. It was a good-looking power play. Morgan Hudson was the best penalty killer for Delaware on the penalty kill, but it's a good play. You get the puck to the net, bang, bang, bang away, finally chip it over the shoulder of Morgan Hudson.
Of course, I jinx Hudson talking about how well he's been corralling shots and keeping Danville to one and done, and then he gives up the rebound. And Barakoff scores for the second straight night. Power play goal last night to tie the game. Power play goal tonight to give the Dashers the lead, 2-1. And for Barakoff, that is now his fourth goal of the season. 10:25 to go. Here comes Brennan Young the other way for Delaware. Walks into the slot. Quick shot, and that goes wide. Corralling the rebound there is Zalak, but now off the stick of Gullo. But Zalak's able to get it. He gets harassed through center, but still has the puck, and a delayed penalty call here. And a quick shot there from Gullo, still loose in the slot. Finally, we get a whistle. I think we're going to get a slash here as Zalak was taking a lot of treatment coming through the neutral zone.
He did take some hacks and whacks from behind, but after just a 5-on-3, you go send that same team short again on that. Oof.
And Coach Pence would probably be, to be careful here. You don't want to get another bench minor. He's obviously unhappy with the call. But the Dashers are going to go back to the power play. They've cashed in on their last two in this game.
Nobody's in the box. I don't know who the call is on here, and the referees are discussing it. I heard them say 21, I think, but I don't think Kostyakov was even on the ice during that play.
Nah, I think if they're going to call a 20 number, it's probably Masters.
It has to be. He was the only one who was hacking and whacking from behind. We'll see as they discuss it here. They're trying to figure this out.
Trying to eavesdrop on the conversation.
Drop your headphone down there, Gary. See what's going on.
Brandon Contrato jumps out to try to get an explanation. This might end up being 4-on-4. I think they might be saying this will end up 4-on-4.
They will be playing 4-on-4. The linesmen's showing a couple fours.
So if I saw right, I saw somebody got a slash and somebody got a hook.
Brendan Young is in the box for Delaware. Brendan Young was not involved in that play at all. It was Eric Masters, but nevertheless, it's 4-on-4.
It's a better scenario than what we thought we were going to have about 30 seconds ago. A little more open ice as well could open up some more scoring chances. Off the draw. And again, Danville's been really good on the faceoffs tonight. They almost win another one there, but Brandon Contrato collects the loose puck, plays it ahead to Taylor Cutting. Now Ryan Marker holds just inside the blue line. He fakes the shot. Nifty backhand pass over to Kostyakov. His shot's deflected into the corner, but Taylor Cutting is able to play it at the blue line. He fires one, and a good blocker save by Harley White, but loose along the wall. Plays along to Ryan Marker on the pass from Kostyakov. Marker turns. He's marked well there by Bukal. Kostyakov gets it back to Marker. Marker at the top of the circle. He'll just feather a pass over to Taylor Cutting, who holds and fires a shot that gets deflected wide, and it's going to come back to center, and Marker will play it there.
A lot of open ice here. Both teams have some speed. Both teams also have some size out there right now. Should be a fun little minute and a half we have left.
Atkins stands up Marker well there. Puck comes loose. Now Palmerville carries in. His pass, though, goes off the skate of Taylor Cutting. Marker tried to come back the other way, but a good poke check by Palmerville. Now Atkins walks into the circle. Waits, passes to Gullo, who could not get his stick on it, and it goes loose behind the net. But Gullo battling for it there, and he's going toe-to-toe with Kostyakov, and he comes away with the puck, throws it in front, and that pass was just behind Bormanis. And now here comes Ryan Marker. He's across the blue line, walks in front, shot deflected by Palmerville, and it's loose in the corner. Palmerville gets it and plays it on to Bukal. Ben holds. Stretch pass to Barakov through center with speed. One-on-one, his shot is knocked down by Patrick Tundle. Loose in the circle now. Barakov got to it initially. Now we get a whistle. And we're going to get another penalty as Patrick Tundle is going to go off for a slash. So for 28 seconds, it'll be a 4-on-3. And then it'll be a 5-on-4 power play for the Dashers.
Wow. Just looked like two players battling from up here, and Delaware unfortunately going to be short. 4-on-3 is tough too.
Danville, again, as we mentioned, has cashed in on each of their last two-man advantages, and that's given them a 2-1 lead. They certainly would love to get the next goal in this game if you can stretch it to a 2-goal lead. Makes it a big difference, and of course the Delaware faithful letting the Stripes know what they think of that call. 8:37 to play. Again, 28 seconds of 4-on-3 time, then it'll be a 5-on-4 man advantage for the Dashers. Off the draw, McIntosh and Atkins come to a stalemate. Puck's loose in the corner. Now Jordan Clark gets a stick up high, and it looks like Danville now will go to the box. I think Atkins is probably going to get the call for the high stick. Inadvertent, but the Thunder catch a break there because that'll basically even out the whole penalty situation.
Look at that, and Atkins come over and tap Jordan Clark on the back. That's good by Atkins.
Yeah.
At any level, any league, I don't care what you're playing, from the mites up to the professional level. He knows he got him with a high stick. It was unintentional. He went over, tapped him on the back, and now we're playing 3-on-3 like overtime in the NHL.
This is wild. It'll be 3-on-3 for 23 seconds. Then it'll be 4-on-4 for 1:55, and then the Thunder will end up with a 5-second power play.
Yeah, well, I think both teams are going to need to take a deep breath here and calm things down because we haven't seen 5-on-5 play since God knows when.
On the draw, it'll be Ryan Marker and Bormanis. Bormanis wins the draw. It's in the skate of the linesman, though, and Tony Kalinin nearly got it away from Hoagland, and he did. Marker, though, loses it through the skates of the linesman, and Ryan will have to backpedal back to center. Tries to skate around Bormanis. Gets it into the Danville zone, and he'll just dump it in deep. Hoagland will get there first for the Dashers. He takes a bump, but holds the puck. Tries to backhand it through Kalinin, and he does. He gets it across to Troy Murray. Now we're back to 4-on-4 as Zalak and Young are out of the box. Troy Murray fumbles the puck a bit, and now he's able to skate around Brendan Young and come back the other way. Through center, across the red line, he'll carry it in. Hands it off to Bormanis. Bormanis with a quick shot, and Morgan Hudson's able to corral that one. No rebound. 7:53 left, 2-1 Danville.
It's got to be great being over on that side of the ice for Morgan Hudson. He could stop a roller in from the blue line, and they'll give him a standing ovation over there. But it's another good save by Morgan Hudson, and it's a good 3-on-2 there because you never want to do too much on the 3-on-2. That's how it comes back the other way, especially 4-on-4.
Nick Gullo will take the draw here. Looks like Kalinin in the circle for Delaware. Although, yeah, they had 5 on the ice. Ryan Marker's got to come off. Now Demon will take the draw. Kalinin goes to the left wing. Off the face-off, loose in the circle. Barakov loses his stick, though, in Demon skates, but he's able to walk away with it. Gets it ahead to Kalinin, and now he'll walk back into the Delaware zone. Nick Gullo pressures him there, but nifty stick work from Tony gets him through the neutral zone. He'll pass it across to Taylor Cutting. Cutting's pass is deflected, but it comes to Demon. Demon gets around Barakov into the corner. Now go all the way around behind the net. Plays it back up top to Taylor Cutting. His shot in front. A nice pad save from Harley White, and Kalinin couldn't get his stick on the rebound. And now Ben Bukal will get to it in the corner and play it ahead to Barakov. Barakov hands off to Gullo. He'll walk into the Delaware zone. Into the slot. Quick shot. Pad save. Hudson with the rebound. is banged home by Barakov, his second of the night. And that makes it a 3-1 Danville lead.
And Morgan Hudson, tough on the rebound control there. I know the puck was bouncing, tough to do it. Put it right back to Barakov, who's going to make no mistake from there. We've seen how good he could be when he gets a chance to score, and he buries it to the back of the net. 3-1 Danville. They came to play tonight, and we talked about it in the open a little bit, something that, you know, this is a team that's missing their top scorer, and they come in yesterday, and they're trying to figure things out. That was a very recent loan to the SPHL for him. Right. So now that they're figuring out a little bit, you see who it is. It's the lock. It's Barakov. It's these guys. It is Atkins. He's going to step up, and they're going to be a dangerous team when they can figure this all out. And White, he's doing a heck of a job in there.
He sure is. 5th of the season for Barakov, has the Dashers up 3-1. Still 22 seconds of 4-on-4 time here as Ben Bukal skates through 2. Now he'll just hold up and backpedal a bit as Contrado forces the play. Palmerville gets it to Tesserero. Zalak gets it past Jordan Clark, and now he'll fight in the corner with Kieran Devine. Hops around Devine, but the puck comes loose to Jordan Clark. Clark plays it back up the wall, but Palmerville keeps it the blue line. He'll take a shot. That's knocked down in front by Hudson. Loose puck. Zalak couldn't get to it. Played back in deep by Marker, and now Kieran Devine carries it out. We're back to 5-on-5. 6:25 to play. Danville leading 3-1. The Thunder will dump it into the zone. Was played by a high stick by Danville. So Delaware gets to it first, but Atkins is able to poke that away from Marker, and he'll carry it out the other way for Danville. Cross the red line, backhands a pass, but now we get an offside as they're going to say Bormanis was a step early into the zone.
Bormanis does squeak in a step offside. They're so close. Good call by the linesman there. Just to Bormanis not happy, though, with it. 3-1 here as we head to the media timeout. It's been the Thunder who have kind of struggled a bit in this period to clear their zone and get going in the offensive zone. We talked about the neutral zone, and we said who's going to win it. Right now it's Danville winning that battle.
Well, we've talked about it throughout the season, about, you know, winning puck battles, and Danville certainly has got the edge in that so far, especially here in this second period. And they've taken advantage of, you know, the power play opportunities that they've had. They've scored 2 on the power play tonight. They get the 4-on-4 goal. Again, Barakov with a pair of goals to make this a 3-1 game. So with 6:10 to play, I would imagine in the media timeout, Coach Penz is probably stressing the importance of the Thunder to at least try to cut this to a 1-goal lead before they go back to the locker room.
Yeah, you know, it's such a difference to go into that third period down 1 or down 2. You're not feeling great going down by 2 if you're being honest. You know, you got to find a way to get a couple by White, who's been very good. If you're just down 1, you say, all it takes is 1 bounce to tie this thing up. But Delaware's going to have a lot of work cut out for them because Danville has been very good at stepping up at their blue line. They're making Delaware toss it in deep, win a battle in the corner, and then they don't even let bodies get to the front of the net tonight.
Right. And Danville's been winning the majority of those battles throughout the game. 6:10 to go, off the draw. The Thunder win the faceoff. Patrick Tundle now is going to carry it through center. He'll fire it in from the red line. White knocks it down behind the net, and now he'll just fire it back along the wall. In the skates at Tony Kalinin, and that's Evgeny Demin, who's able to play it a little deeper. Municello. So the Thunder look to get the cycle on here. Kalinin loses the puck, though. Now comes to center. Bormanis walks through Kostyakov, but a good poke check there by Igor. Gets the puck to Evgeny Demin. His pass is deflected, but Municello walks in. Nice back check by Bormanis, and the puck comes loose. And now Bormanis comes back the other way into the Delaware zone. Stops, hands off to Atkins. Atkins in the slot. His shot goes wide, but it comes right back to him. He's able to chip it into the corner. Gullo will play it along, and now Bormanis gets to it. Bormanis takes a hit from Marker, but gets the puck to Gullo. Gullo behind the net for Atkins. Atkins holds. Back to the point to Hoagland. Hoagland to Bormanis. And again, Danville just controlling the play in the Delaware zone. Big slap shot from Hallgood. And Hudson turns that aside. But the puck's still loose behind the net. Atkins battling 2 Thunder defenders. And finally, Delaware able to get to it, but only to just the other side of their blue line. And back come the Dashers again. Bormanis fakes the shot and now fires one. That is blockered aside by Hudson, but Atkins got to the rebound for a moment. And finally, Delaware is able to get out of their zone as Evgeny Demin crosses the red line. Now walks into the Danville zone. Now he'll stop and turn. Kieran Devine at the point. He'll fire one, and that's saved by White. Rebound to the far wall. As the Thunder play it back in deep, but Palmerville gets to it. Throws it back to center off the glove of Devine. And now comes to Levi Armstrong. Bormanis follows up. Hands it off to Armstrong. In the slot, his shot's knocked down by Masters. Puck loose on the far wall. And again, Zalak nearly got to that one, but it's back to center, and Palmerville will just dump it in deep.
Eric Masters, I should say, with a good defensive play there on the back check, and it's little things like that that'll help win you games.
Good stretch pass by Cutting, but Brennan Young sort of fumbled it trying to get it to Evan McIntosh. And the Dashers were able to dump it back in, and this one's going to be an icing as Cutting just barely wins the race with Levi Armstrong. 4:01 to go in the second period.
For that big body, Armstrong was moving there to try and break out the icing. Just 4:01 to go in this period, and you try to think back in this period, Delaware hasn't been able to accumulate much offense and get much going in the offensive zone.
Looks like Zalak will take the draw here with Contrado. Off the draw, Brandon wins it back to the point, but that shot's blocked. Chris Hunt trying to beat Kieran Devine to the puck, and he does. Gets in front, but a nice back check by Kieran keeps Hunt from getting a shot off. Now here comes Ryan Marker and Eli Kinsman. Marker across the blue line. He'll wind and fire, and that puck's deflected. Again, Ben Bukal always seems to be in the right spot defensively. Gets the stick on it and just deflects that harmlessly into the netting for a stoppage of play.
Ryan Marker has to move that puck through center ice. Eli Kinsman was flying through center ice. You slow things down, you slow the whole play down there. Eli Kinsman had to hold up at the blue line. Marker holds up a bit at the blue line. Slap shot easily seen the whole way by the stick and deflected straight up out of play.
Atkins wins the face-off here. Bukal will play it. He'll stop. Back across to his defensive partner, Murray. Now Troy Murray has to backpedal a bit. Gets the pass ahead to Gullo, just a little touch, and it was caught up in the skates there of Borikoff, and now Marker brings it back the other way. His shot's deflected again. Bukal gets the stick in there. And was that Taylor Cutting? A little extra activity there on White after the cover-up.
I love that from Taylor Cutting. You try and take White off his game a little bit. It's simple as that. He's been good. He's made the big save when he has to, and, little things like that can tick off a goalie.
We've got 3:20 to play here in the second period. The Danville Dashers lead 3-1. Off the draw, Atkins wins another one. And again, the Dashers have been dominant in the faceoff circle tonight. Borikoff chips it back to center. Kostyukov will play it back into his own zone. He'll throw one off the wall, and here's Evgeny Demin. He'll carry it into the Danville zone. Now he turns across. Kalinin holds, fires, and a big save by Harley White, and he's able to cover up. And again, Harley White up to the task with another big save for the Dashers.
Harley White with a big save, but how good is Anton Kalinin at creating space for himself? He can stick handle in a phone booth. I don't know if those exist anymore, but Anton Kalinin finds some space there and is able to walk in.
I'm surprised a man of your age even knows what a phone booth is.
I've just seen them, Gary.
Face off to the right of White, loose in the circle. Municello's shot basically blocked by his own teammate Demin. Puck loose along the wall. Trying to break out with it is Tesserero. He gets it to Bormanis, who will just dump it in deep. Zalak gets there first for Danville, throws it into the skates of Tesserero, but then pokes it away from Demin. Tesserero throws one in front. It's off the stick of Jordan Clark, and now the Thunder come back the other way. Tony Kalinin across the blue line. Now he'll stop, wait, holds, gets it into the slot. Municello with a shot blocker save, Harley White, and into the corner. Kalinin gets to it there, throws his body around, but the puck comes loose as Hoagland's able to carry it back behind his own net. We're down to 2:15 to go here in the second period.
And again, Municello with a great chance to score. He's just inches away game in and game out.
That pass goes off the stick of Gullo, and now near interception from McIntosh. Logan Hallgood has to backtrack. He's bodied by McIntosh. Puck still loose along the wall. Gullo fighting for it as well, but Brennan Young gets to it. Now it comes loose in the circle, and here comes Atkins the other way. Atkins plays it through Devine and deep into the Delaware zone. Masters backhands it along. Fanning on the clear out there was Jordan Clark. Second chance, and the Thunder get it back to center. But Palmerville calmly plays it across to Barikoff. Barikoff just behind Atkins, or the Dashers could have had another good chance. We're down to a minute and a half left as Jordan Clark will play it back to Kieran Devine. Devine head off the wall to McIntosh. Tried to chip it in and hit the linesman. Comes loose in the slot. Good back check by Barikoff. Backhand pass from Atkins is stolen away by McIntosh. He plays it back to Kieran Devine. 1:15 to go here in the second period. Bad pass there from Devine is stolen by Atkins in the neutral zone. He walks in, winds and fires one. Hudson knocks it down. And able to pick up the loose puck there is Ryan Marker. Palmerville fans on the shot there. But Bukal, again, he's been the steadiest defender for the Dashers this weekend, is able to just calm it down, control the puck. He'll hold behind his own net as we're under a minute to go here.
One of those guys that could play power play, penalty kill, can probably rack up close to 30, 35 minutes a night.
Puck loose at center. It's in the skates of Zalak. He's able to dump it into the Delaware zone. Tesserero racing with Devine there. 35 seconds left. Stretch pass ahead was behind Contrado, but he gets it back. Ryan Marker walks in, waits, scores! Ryan Marker. It looked like Harley White went for the poke check and might have just missed it. And Marker was able to push it past him for the goal with 28 seconds to go. And that is the score that the Thunder were looking for.
It's not if, it's when with Ryan Marker. When will he score tonight? He seems to do it every single game. Ryan Marker is absolutely phenomenal. He's so used to going around that net to the wraparound move, but this time he pulls it to the backhand and deposits it to the back of the net. He's a crafty individual.
Came into the night tied for the league leading goals with 17 with two other players. Now he's got 18. I'll have to check the scores to see if Declan Conway had put one in for Mentor. He had a pair of goals last night to get into that three-way tie for the league leading goals. Now we got a player down in the corner for Danville. That's Gullo. He's just slow to get up, luckily getting back to his feet now, but the puck loose behind the net. Evgeny Demon gets it to Kalinin. Kalinin throws it into the circle. Cutting shot knocked down by Hoagland. And that should do it for the second period. Big hit in the corner by Taylor Cutting as we hear the horn. So an eventful final minute gets the Thunder and this crowd back into the game. But a pair of goals by Anton Barakov for Danville has them ahead. After 40 minutes of play, it's the Dashers 3 and the Thunder 2.
Well, Taylor Cutting's back. You didn't see him for a couple minutes there, no hits, but he did get a couple shots towards goal, but you're used to seeing Taylor Cutting in the corner like that, throwing the body around, and it's good to see because that's what sparks this team and this fans here.
So 3-2 after 20 minutes. We'll see if the Thunder, again, it was we talked about last night, during their 6-game losing streak, in 5 of those 6 games, they were within a goal or tied in the final period, and that's the same scenario that we're going to look at tonight, trying to put together their first back-to-back wins in franchise history, while the Dashers are looking to get back on the winning track. We'll take a word from our corporate sponsors, and in about 15 minutes, we'll be back with the third period as the Danville Dashers lead the Delaware Thunder 3-2. You're watching Delaware Thunder hockey, which, of course, you can find right on our YouTube channel with a link at DelawareThunder.com and at FederalHockey.com. Tonight's presentation of Delaware Thunder hockey is brought to you by these fine corporate sponsors: Bay Health, Betsy Ross Pizza, Brimminghorn Meadery, Duck Creek Printing, Gatehouse Media, M&T Bank, Easy Loans Incorporated, The Barn, Harrington Insurance, Big Oyster Brewery, Coeur d'Leon Grill and Restaurant, 47 ABC Television, Delaware Prep Ice Hockey, Bridal Bit Liquors, Charlie's Painting, American Hockey Services, Forever Media, Applebee's Grill and Bar, Robert Webster Cosmetic and Family Dentistry, Delmarva Chiropractic and Wellness Center, First Aid Fabrication, Pizza King, Post-Acute Medical, Premier Orthopedic Bone and Joint Care, Holiday Inn Express, Delaware State Lottery, Planet Fitness, Mission Barbecue, THG Transport Incorporated, the YMCA of Delaware, CrossFit Dover, Texas Roadhouse, Erco Ceilings and Interiors, Chick-fil-A, and MD Mechanical. I'm Gary Schofield. We'll return with the next period in minutes with Mike Basile. You're watching the Delaware Thunder live at FederalHockey.com. And welcome back to the Center Ice Arena in Harrington, more affectionately referred to as Thunderdome by the Delaware Thunder faithful, as we get you set for third period action. The Danville Dashers leading the Delaware Thunder 3-2. My name's Gary Schofield alongside Mike Basile. We appreciate you watching tonight's presentation of Thunder Hockey on our YouTube channel, which of course you can always link to at federalhockey.com or at delawarethunder.com. Quick wrap-up of the second period. A pair of goals from Antem Barakov, his fourth and fifth of the season. Helpers from Jonas Hoagland, Nick Gullo, and Ben Bukal picks up his second assist of the season. And then late in that third period, just 28 seconds left on the clock, Ryan Marker snuck one past Harley White for his 18th of the year. Brandon Contrato picks up his 19th assist. Kieran Devine, his fifth point of the season, his fourth helper, and that's where we stand 3-2 as we head into the third.
Kieran Devine's a guy that flies so under the radar for this Delaware team. He does everything right, but it's the little things. It's the, I'm going to get back and make a good play defensively, poke it out of the front of the net. I'm going to clear this icing just so perfectly that it sits right before the red line. And those win games at the end of the day. Kieran Devine's a player that I love for Delaware. He doesn't show up on the stat sheet every night, but he does all the little things right. Kieran Devine's a heck of a player.
That goal by Marker was huge there late in the second, not just to get the Thunder back within a goal, but to get this crowd back into the game as well. Danville had really dominated the second period. I mean, they spent, obviously they had a couple of power plays, but I would say a good 80% of the period was played in the Delaware end. And they had really dominated things, and for Marker to get that score really got a little bit of life back in this building, and they'll hope to build on that juice here in the third period.
Well, one of the things we talked about is 3-1 is so different than 3-2. So 3-1 could have been. 3-2 it is now, and that is huge for this Thunder team. I'll tell you why. They start off now with some life in them, and they can get the legs going early. Now you feel a lot better. 2-0 yesterday was the score. Now 3-2 trail. Flip the tides tonight. Can the Thunder do what Danville did early in the period and tie this thing up?
They'll start with Evgeny Demin, Thomas Municello, Tony Kalinin, Kieran Devine, and Igor Kostyakov, Atkins, Bormanis, Barakov, who scored a pair of goals tonight, with Palmerville and Bukal on defense for Danville. Danville, again, they have dominated the face-off circle. Atkins wins another, but they lose the puck, and Municello is going to say he was offside. And he is arguing that fact, saying that he had to skate outside of the zone when that puck bounced in. But he's going to lose that argument, and we'll get a face-off just outside of the Danville zone.
Well, what they were really actually was it hit Barakov and came back into the offensive zone. So when it hits a Danville player, goes back in, that's not offside. And Tommy Municello, never seen him really animated, but there it is.
Loose puck in the neutral zone. Atkins is able to dump it in deep to the Delaware zone. Kostyakov has his pocket picked by Barakov there, and now he'll backpedal back behind the goal line. Spins around Kostyakov and gets the puck back to the point. Bukal threw one in front, and Barakov deflects that one into the netting. We're going to get a face-off to the left of Morgan Hudson.
And Morgan Hudson was so square to that puck, and that's why as a goalie, you want to come out and make yourself as big as possible. Got tipped way up and out of play, but Morgan Hudson made himself big. Even if it was on net, probably at least hits him, then he's got to worry about a rebound.
Atkins and Demin on the draw. Demin momentarily won that one, but Bormanis gets to the loose puck, gets it back to Bukal at the point. He'll just throw it behind the net. Patrick Tundle plays it along. Municello, nice backhand pass to Demin. Demin and Kalinin coming in. Evgeny Demin with a shot. Nice play, Palmerville, to deflect that behind the net. Puck's still loose, though, as it's in the skates of Kalinin. Atkins is able to fish it out. Now he'll carry it back the other way for the Dashers. He loses at center. Municello. Now he'll just play back. Not quite sure why, but
Demin stuck in the zone without a skate blade.
Jordan Clark. I did not see Evgeny down there in the zone, so smart play by Municello, actually. Evgeny's still trying to get to the bench. Loose puck. Pride free at the blue line. Hunt plays it across the neutral zone there for Danville, and now gets it into the Delaware zone. He'll backhand it to Gullo. Nick Gullo tried to get around the defender, but he couldn't do it. That's Kinsman. He'll play it back to Jordan Clark. Clark holds for a moment, now finds Marker, and now Marker spins back. Tundle will play it off the wall, finds Kinsman. Kinsman's pass from Marker a bit behind him, and Ryan's able to dump it into the Danville zone. Contrato, quick shot from the sidewall. Harley White makes the save into the slot to Marker with a pass to Contrato and a sprawling save. by Harley White, gets it in his glove and holds on for a face-off with 18:09 left.
That's about as good as it gets from Harley White. Marker's in the slot. He's out high, pushes off beautifully left to right, and sometimes that's the advantage of being the smaller goalie. You're a bit quicker on those cross-ice passes. The big goalie's not going to get his crosses more. He's going to take up more space in the net for those shots that you see from Marker, but on a play like that, that was effective as can be from White.
Bukal in the corner with Contrado. He's going to come away with the puck, though. Still holding it after being harassed by Marker. Now escape back around behind his own net. And now just settle things down and look for a breakout. Gets it ahead to Barakov, who plays it around Devine, but Kieran holds him up, and Taylor Cutting picks it up. He'll play it back to center, but Bukal intercepts the pass there. He gets poke checked by Marker. Here comes Kinsman. He'll drop one to Ryan. Nice play there by Levi Armstrong to get that puck free. And here come the Dashers back the other way. Armstrong loses the puck to Devine, but it gets into the corner, and he gets there first, throws it in front. Nobody home for the Dashers. Tesserero plays it back into the corner. Armstrong will get it deeper. And now Contrado plays it ahead. Brennan Young finds Ryan Marker. Marker walks in. Nifty move with the puck and then a backhand shot, and that's saved by Harley White with the blocker. Now it's loose behind the net. Good stick work there by Hoagland as the Dashers get it back to center. Bormanis will play. He takes a hit from Taylor Cutting, and now Brendan Young's got the puck. Bormanis goes down again. Dashers want a call. Don't get it. Young backhands one. Harley White makes the save, and now we get a whistle. As, again, it looks like the net came off its moorings, so that's what caused the stop there.
Well, Morgan Hudson's in net tonight, and he hasn't knocked the net off the moorings yet. I don't know what it seems to be. Maybe the Delaware goalies are more understanding of these nets with practice all the time and whatnot.
They've grown more accustomed to the looseness of them or something.
Because it happened in Carolina. I remember my first weekend here with Dill.
Aaron Taylor gave him the business that night. Gordichuk. Wow, Morgan Hudson thought that was going to be an icing. That's a great play by Bormanis, though, to win the race. Pass through the slot to Atkins under his stick, and now here comes Evan McIntosh the other way for Delaware. Plays it into the corner around Palmerville. Is able to backhand it to Masters. Masters, though, bodied in the corner by Atkins. Puck still loose. They'll go 2-on-2. Masters and McIntosh. Bormanis and Atkins. And now Masters goes down with Palmerville. Puck still loose along the far wall. Atkins and McIntosh battle for it. Comes loose at the blue line. Out of the skates of Brennan Young. Hunt plays it back into the Danville zone for the Dashers, and Palmerville looks to settle it down. But forcing the action there is Evan McIntosh, and Palmerville was almost stripped. But was able to get it to Troy Murray. Now Murray comes back the other way for Danville. Walks across the blue line. Back check there by Brennan Young. He gets it ahead to Contrado. Brennan Young across the red line now for Delaware. Gets it into the Dasher zone, but then loses the puck. Nice play by Bormanis to break it free. Now he'll get it into the Delaware zone, but he stood up at the blue line by Kieran Devine. But Zalak comes away with it. Poke check there by Hudson into the corner. Kieran Devine will just play it back to Brandon Contrado. Contrado's outlet pass to Marker. Marker ahead to Brennan Young. Back check by Bukal. And Brennan Young can't get a shot off on a nice play by the Danville defender.
How good is Bukal? We say it every time. He's big, he's fast, he gets back, and he makes the play there. Brennan Young's no slouch either with speed.
Bormanis takes a slash and goes down and loses the puck. And now here comes Ryan Marker across the blue line. He'll wait, goes to the backhand, and it's wide. Nice play by White to cut the angle there. But the puck's still loose, and now Barakov comes away with it, but he loses. Still loose in the slot, and now Bukal calmly walks it out of the Danville zone. Quickly a 3-on-2 develops for Danville. Barakov shot, save, Hudson, rebound off the post. Inches away from being a 4-2 game, and Nick Gullo looks to the heavens like, how did I miss that open net as Morgan Hudson holds for a face-off?
Oh, Morgan Hudson slides back. I'm not too sure he didn't get a piece of that as it came back in. It looked like it skimmed the top of his pad off the post and then comes right back out to the slot, and a good defensive play by Delaware. But Danville, once again, to start the period, they've been bringing it.
And Ben Bukal again leading the rush that turned into a 3-on-2 there for the Dashers. On the draw, Atkins loses this one to Demon, one of few he's lost tonight. Kostyakov plays it ahead. Kalinin will walk it out through center, across the red line. Gets it through one defender, but Troy Murray puts a shoulder into Kalinin to throw him to the ice. Back to the point, Kostyakov keeps. Kalinin in the corner, walks into the circle, turns, spins, and shoots, and Harley White is able to cover it up. Nice save there, covering up the 5-hole. and he'll stop for a faceoff with 14:29 left in the third.
Anton Kalinin walks out of the corner, had more time than he thought, flips the puck up in the air. That's the go-to move for Anton. Flip it to that slot area and try to go to work from there. He does. He throws it, unfortunately for him, right into the pads of White.
Atkins and Demon again on the draw. Demon wins this one back to Koshchikov. His pass to the point, nearly intercepted by Hunt. Koshchikov's able to keep it in, though. Municello's pass for Demon goes under his stick, and now Levi Armstrong gets it back to center. Koshchikov's able to collect for the Thunder. Igor's pass ahead, finds Kalinin, steps around Atkins and walks into the zone, into the slot, through the legs, shot save with a blocker, Harley White. But Kalinin gets to the rebound. Backhand now right into the skates of the Dashers defender, and they'll play it back to center.
Anton Kalinin having the shift of a life without scoring a goal. 2 grade A scoring opportunities, couple nice moves, and some, can't say enough about Anton tonight.
The Dashers make a change. Taylor Cutting throws it into the Danville zone, and now a long outlet pass just out of the reach of Zalak, and it gets to Kieran Devine. He tried to play it ahead for Masters, but stolen at the blue line by Tesserio. And now here comes Eric Masters the other way. He gets walled off nicely by Palmerville. Puck comes loose. Tesserio gets it there. Now Danville comes back the other way. Zalak backhands into the Delaware zone. Barakov races with Devine. They body together in the corner. Puck comes all the way around through the neutral zone and back into the Dasher zone. Palmerville gets there first. His outlet pass, though, is in the skates of Evan McIntosh, but now he gets stripped by Zalak. Puck bounces on a pass across in the skates of Barakov, and now Delaware comes back the other way. Ryan Marker through center. 3-on-2 if they hurry. McIntosh back to Marker. He'll carry it around, just throws it in front. Nobody home in the slot. Kieran Devine picks it up, and he'll play it back in deep. That gets through Bukal, back to Marker. Side angle shot and a pad save by Harley White, but Marker still controls the puck behind the net. Bukal wraps him up. Brennan Young and Tesserio try to kind of fish it out. Come into a stalemate. Finally, it does come loose, and Tesserio will get to it. Tries to flip it into the neutral zone. It's knocked down by Contrado, but it comes right back to him.
All kidding aside, Ryan Marker has to have an average of 10 shots on goal a game.
Hunt walks in for the Dashers. Gets walled off there by Jordan Clark, and the puck comes loose to Contrado. Contrado's pass ahead for Kinsman's knocked down at center. Gullo now loses the puck. Contrado walks in. Holds in the circle. Side angle shots deflected by Hallgood and goes well wide. And now Hunt carries it back the other way for the Dashers. Across for Bormanis. Back into the slot to Gullo. A backhand shot. That's deflected wide. I don't think it ever got to Hudson. And now Patrick Tundle will control for Delaware. Stretch pass ahead for Marker. Goes off the heel of his stick. And Hoagland will play it back to center.
Good back check by Eli Kinsman there to force the bad shot.
Hoagland winds and fires. Hudson's able to make the save there, but it goes loose to the corner. And Bormanis gets to it. He gets hauled down by Tundle on a hit from behind. Puck still loose behind the net, and Nick Gullo gets to it. Now he's hauled down by Contrado, and that's going to be a penalty, and the Dashers are going back to the power play.
Contrado got the stick in between the legs, it looked like there, of Gullo. Contrado not happy with the call as he skates off to the bench. Patrick Tundle not happy either.
It's one of those things, though, you know, when Gullo is winning the race and you're playing from behind and it's right in front of the referee, they're going to make that call 9 times out of 10.
Correct.
So the Dashers will go to the man advantage. It's been good tonight. They've scored twice on the power play. It's Atkins with Murray. Looks like Gullo stays out. Bukal and Palmerville on the point for the Dashers. Demon, Kalinin, Cutting, and Devine. Back to the point. Palmerville's shot is deflected. Goes behind the net. Murray will play it back to Gullo in the corner. He'll walk it back to the circle and hands it off to Palmerville. Gullo, backhand back to the point. Palmerville walks in, shoots one, and it goes wide. Bounces off the back wall, and Bukal gets to it. Holds in the corner. Plays it around behind the net. That's Atkins. Back to Gullo. Gullo behind the net to Atkins. Back to the point in the skates of Palmerville. He'll just play it back to Gullo in the corner. Now to the point. Shot wide again, but it comes all the way back to Bukal at the point. His backhand pass knocked out. Nice play by Evgeny Demon, and now he'll try to win a race with Bukal in the Danville zone. as we're down to 1:10 left on the man advantage. 10:31 to go in the third period. Dashers lead 3-2.
Just because Demon lost the race doesn't mean it wasn't a great play. Killed some valuable time and had a great back check.
Atkins walks in. His shot's deflected wide of the net. Played in the corner there. Atkins back to the point. That's Bermanis. His shot is deflected. It's in the skates of Barakov, who's already scored twice tonight. And the puck comes loose to the near wall. Danville keeps it, and they just throw it in front. Bounces off of bodies. And into the corner. Barakov plays it there. He'll hold behind the net. Back to the point to Hoagland. Hoagland looking. Throws one through traffic, and that bounces off of Zalak in the slot. But comes to Atkins now. He'll backhand one on Hudson. Puck still loose in the slot. Barakov fans on the shot. Now he holds in the circle. 23 seconds left on the man advantage. Hoagland at the point. To Barakov. They'll cycle it. Zalak to Hoagland. He'll fake the slap shot. Throws it across to Bormanis for the one-timer. That goes well wide. And now the puck's still loose in the corner. Atkins gets to it. Gets it away from Cutting. Fumbles a bit. Takes a hit from Taylor. Puck still loose, and it'll come to Zalak in the corner. He gets it back to the point. Power play over. Shot off the blocker of Morgan Hudson as Danville continues to control the play. Back into the circle to Zalak. Bormanis now at the blue line. Back to 5-on-5. Cutting knocks that puck down in front, but again, Zalak gets to it. This is a long shift for both teams. Danville's been able to get a couple of guys fresh on the ice here. Finally, the Thunder are able to clear it out. Brendan Young plays it to McIntosh. McIntosh can't get it to settle, though, and Bormanis gets it back to center.
Good power play by the Dashers. Good penalty kill as well. A lot of the shots came from outside, but the puck was moving constantly.
8:45 to go. Danville holding a one-goal lead. At center, it's Kieran Devine. Pass ahead, deflected by Young into the Danville zone. Harley White will stop it there and has to get rid of it quick as Young was approaching. Cesario gets it to Armstrong. Armstrong tries to go through two defenders, and he does. Gets it in front. Loose in the slot. Evgeny Demon cleans it up for Delaware. And now Marker tried to backhand it ahead to Demon, but it was stolen by Cesario. And now Marker settles it down again. Jordan Clark gets it to Brennan Young. Brennan Young's backhand pass stolen there at center as the Dashers will just dump it back in. Again, killing valuable time. 8 minutes to go here in the third period with the Dashers holding a one-goal lead.
Right, this period's flying by right now. Not many whistles at all and some good play back and forth.
Yep, the next whistle will be the media timeout, which will come at a good time for the Thunder. Hunt backhands it ahead. Barakov, who scored a pair of goals tonight, walks into the zone, throws it into the slot. And that shot was deflected by Tundle. Comes back out in front. Hudson finally covers it up as Zalak tried to hammer away at it. He paid for that with Tundle falling on his back. And at the whistle, we get the media timeout with 7:41 to go.
Zalak and Tundle having a chat as we're going to go to the media timeout. Tundle's not going to back down here. He wants to get this team a win, and if it's throwing some hands to get this team fired up, he'll do it.
I think Zalak's point is, he was already down. He really wasn't taking shots at the puck after Hudson covered it up. So he thought that Tundle jumping on top of him was unnecessary, and that's what he's trying to tell the referee here. So 7:41 to play. Again, I think, overall, if you're watching this game with an objective eye, the Dashers have really controlled the play. Not just because they've had a lot of power play time tonight, but even in even strength. I mean, there have been times that were reminiscent of the first 3 weeks of the season where the Thunder seemed to go 5-6 minutes without being able to even clear their own zone. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
Right, but also you have to look at the other side of things. I mean, you see some things you wouldn't have seen back then with the puck moving to the front of the net a lot here. It was a lot of east-west hockey at the beginning of the season for the Delaware Thunder. Now it's been a lot of north-south hockey, which is something different. And it starts with Ryan Marker. I know he was here at the beginning, but he's doing some smarter things now than he was even a couple of weeks ago. Finding the open man. He's got a little better vision from a playmaking standpoint. He's not just always looking to score the goals. He's a really good player, and he's progressed as a player just from that second weekend in Carolina to now.
A goal and an assist on the night for Marker. Barakov with a pair of goals for Danville. If it stands up, he'll have the game-winning goal tonight as well. Off the draw, the Thunder come through center. Evgeny Demon carries it into the Danville zone. His shot, though, is deflected high into the insulation behind the back wall. And we get another stoppage of play with 7:30 to go.
Just as we talked about not having a lot of whistles, we get a couple back-to-backs here. But Delaware doesn't mind that. Slow things down. Get some offensive zone faceoffs here. I'm thinking Minicello ties this one up.
Demon, Kalinin, Kostyakov, and Tundle. Off the draw, Danville win. Puck jumps over Municello's stick there in the slot. And now Murray will carry it out, trying to get it deep, and it bounces into the Delaware bench. Not sure if that bounced off the linesman, but the faceoff's going to come just outside of the Delaware zone.
Neutral zone face-off here. And like you said, it's been a pretty good face-off night for the Danville Dashers. And those sometimes lead to some of those prime scoring chances that they've gotten tonight.
Especially from Mitch Atkins, but Evgeny Demon gets the better of him this time. Pass ahead to Kalinin. His backhand pass into center ice, nearly stolen by Atkins. Now Bormanis comes away with it. Walks in, throws it into the slot. Was trying to find Atkins, but that puck was airborne. And now they'll go into the corner with Tundle bodying Atkins there. Evgeny Demon loses the puck to Atkins, who throws it off the side of the net. And Morgan Hudson's able to cover up.
Morgan Hudson popped off that post a bit too quickly, it looked like there, as he had to find it, as this puck is somewhere in his paraphernalia, sound deep in that pad.
You don't see that very often.
No, but as long as he's got it, he's happy.
Absolutely. Dashers will go with a line change here. They'll go back to Zalak, Armstrong, and Barkov, which has been a really good line for them tonight. Not just because Barkov has 2 goals, but they've really done a nice job winning puck battles and faceoffs. But off the draw, Brendan Young with a pass to Ryan Marker, who walks into the zone. Quick shot, Harley White with the blocker save into the corner. Bukal gets to that rebound, and now Zalak will carry it back the other way. Marker loses his stick. Pass ahead to Barkov is in skates. Kieran Devine plays it back into the Danville zone, but Bukal carries it ahead for the Dashers. Across the blue line, nearly through 2 Delaware defenders, but a good job there by Tundle to get it to Marker. Marker backhands it ahead, was trying to find Young. It's a little too far for him. And Brendan loses the race into the corner as Zalak comes away with the puck. Zalak will play it ahead to Levi Armstrong. He'll come through center, cross the red line, carrying into the Delaware zone, right into the circle, walks right around behind the net, tries to throw one in front. That pass was deflected. And now Taylor Cutting carries the other way. Backhands it to Brendan Young, nearly offside, and they are. And now Cutter and Levi Armstrong will have a little discussion there in the corner.
A couple of the bigger bodies here tonight.
Both had fighting majors on their resume in last night's game. 6:07 to go here in the third period. The Dashers lead 3-2. Again, the Thunder are looking for their first winning streak in franchise history after getting the better of the Dashers last night 5-3. Off the draw, Jordan Clark will dump it in. Murray plays it across, and Hoagland gets it back to center. Tesserero. Backhand pass for Bormanis is in his skates, and now Evgeny Demon comes back the other way. His pass for Kalinin goes off his foot. Tony corrals the puck, though, and is able to shuffle it ahead to Demon. Tried to get it back to Kalinin, but Hoagland stood up nicely there in the circle and gets it to Nick Gullo. He'll just dump it in deep. Down to 5:35 to go. Play in the corner. Nick Gullo's got the puck, plays it back to Bormanis. Big hit there from Jordan Clark, but Bormanis walks into the circle and a shot goes wide, and we got a delayed penalty coming up. Bormanis takes Demon into the corner, and looks like the Dashers are going to go back to the power play.
They're going to get Clark for an elbow on that hit. That looked clean from up here.
Well, this is the hard part, though, and again, this is not a size knock, but Jordan Clark probably has a good 4 or 5 inches on Nick Gullo, and when you make that hit in the corner, it's not like he raised his elbow, but because his elbow is at, head level with Nick Gullo, I think that's part of the reason you get that call.
5:20 to go in the third period. 1-goal game, that could make the difference on a whole night, that one call.
Atkins will take the draw with Evan McIntosh, and I think that's the discussion Taylor Cutting's having with the referee here. Again, it'll be a fruitless conversation, so.
Yeah, I understand you have it just because you want to see what he saw, but at the end of the day, you need to not be short for these 2 minutes.
Back to the point to Bukal. Palmerville plays it to Gullo. Back to Palmerville at the point. He'll throw one in front. That's knocked down by Devine, but the puck comes to Atkins. He gets it to Gullo. Nick Gullo turns back to the point to Palmerville, across to Bukal. Bukal throws one in front, deflected, and it goes wide and behind the net. Puck comes back to Gullo in the corner.
Puck was bouncing.
1:35 to go. Gullo down low to Atkins. They hammer away at it, he scores! Not sure if that was Mitch Atkins or if it was Murray, but either way, it's a power play tally for the Dashers, and they now lead 4-2.
And it's a bang-bang play in front. Too much time behind the net. Wrap around, and they can tap in the rebound. I believe it was Atkins in front.
If it was for Atkins, that'll be his second goal of the season. So now it's a 2-goal advantage for Danville. And again, I just I don't like the call. Don't like the call. Didn't like the call last night that led to the tying goal in the third period on the power play when Cutter was getting hit by 2 or 3 Dashers and he got a penalty. Long shot in from the red line. Morgan Hudson will block her that aside. Kostyakov loses the puck momentarily, but Tundle backs him up. He's forced by Zalak. Quickly gets it ahead to Kalinin. Tony across the red line, gets around Zalak, walks it up to the circle. Now the puck gets in his skates. Good play there by Murray. Back to the point, Tundle shuffles it ahead, but Armstrong is able to play it up to Barakov. He'll wind and fire one. That shot was muted by Kostyakov and goes to the near wall. Demon wins the battle to the puck there with Armstrong, and he'll carry it through center. Across the blue line, into the skates of Kalinin. His shot's deflected to the corner by Palmerville, and he plays it back out to center where Taylor Cutting will play it for the Thunder. 4 minutes left.
Quick shot at his glove down, and he wanted to hold that white, but he saw 4 minutes left. I'm going to keep this moving.
Chris Hunt ahead to Tesserero. He gets hipped into the corner by Kieran Devine, but the puck's loose, and Bormanis comes away with it. Tesserero gets to it again, but now he loses to Municello. And then Kieran Devine plays it back to center. Ben Bukal walks into the Danville zone, plays it across for Palmerville. That pass gets through Hunt and all the way down, but they're going to say you got a piece of it, so no icing. Morgan Hudson will play it along. Chip past Mitch Atkins by Devine. Brennan Young now at the red line. He'll play it across to Ryan Marker. Marker just kind of lofts one in on Harley White. Easily catches that one, and he'll hold for a face-off with 3:22 to go.
It was just a simple play by Ryan Marker there. When you have nothing going for you, you just flip it towards the net. You don't try to make something out of nothing, especially with 3:22 to go, down 2 goals, because obviously that 5th goal could be detrimental.
Contrado, Marker, Brennan Young, Cutting, and Jordan Clark out for the Thunder. Mitch Atkins wins another draw, and it goes back to the glove of Harley White, so he'll hold. It's Mitch Atkins, Nick Gullo, Barakov, who's got a pair of goals tonight with Palmerville, and Bukal on defense for the Dashers.
Well, I tell you, it's got to be rowdy in that corner over there. Look at all those helmets.
Off the draw, it was won by Contrado, but Barakov's going to get to it first. Jordan Clark's got a backpedal and play it across to Cutting. He'll just fire it in deep. Ryan Marker looks to get there first, lets it go back to the point. Clark plays it off the skate of Barakov, and it gets into the netting. We'll get another face-off to the right of Harley White.
Well, now we'll really get to see what this Thunder team is made of here. 4-2, 3 minutes left. Obviously tough for any team. But the way they played last night makes you think there's some hope they can come back in this one.
Contrado again on the draw, but a nice play by Atkins to win another. And they'll play it all the way around and back out to center where Taylor Cutting retrieves. He's harassed a bit there by Gullo and now loses the puck on the near wall. Contrado plays it along, but only got it to the red line and no further. Now Barakov will backhand it into the Delaware zone, and Jordan Clark will play it there. Clark goes cross ice to Contrado. Contrado tried to find Clark coming out of the zone, but it was behind him. Nick Gullo now carries in for Danville. He'll battle Contrado in the corner. Holds the puck for a moment. Brandon trying to get it away from him, and finally he's able to play it up the near wall, but only back to Murray at center. Murray keeps that one away from Marker, takes a shoulder from Brennan Young, but now a pass that was just kind of handcuffed Ryan a bit, and Hoagland's able to play it back to center for Danville. Now Chris Hunt plays it to Armstrong. Levi holds, his shot goes high and wide. Zalak will get there first for the Dashers and just play it back in deep in the corner. Throws it in front for Chris Hunt and didn't get much on the shot, and that's deflected wide, and it's going to go back all the way down, and this will be icing against the Thunder with 2:01 to play.
Hunt in his first game with the Dashers has had a couple chances to put the puck in the back of the net tonight. He hasn't been super flashy or anything, but he finds a way to get to the nitty-gritty areas and goes right to the front of that net.
Face off to the right of Morgan Hudson. The Zalak Armstrong Hunt line will stay out for Danville. Evgeny Demon on the draw here for the Thunder, and we get a quick whistle. False start.
Evgeny Demon getting thrown out of the dot.
Marker's going to have to take the draw now for the Thunder. That one's won by Zalak. Back to the point. Palmerville bouncing puck goes off the left pad of Hudson and into the corner. But the Dashers get to the rebound. That pass handcuffed Armstrong a bit. or that would have been another quality chance from the slot. Evgeny Demon plays it ahead. Good poke check by Palmerville. Kostyukov gets it to Marker. Marker to Demon. Demon tried to step around a defender and couldn't do it. Again, a nice play by Bukal, but it comes to Brennan Young. Tries to backhand one in front. Puck still loose in the slot, and a good poke check to get it away. And now Chris Hunt comes back the other way for Danville, and he'll take the long shot at the open net, and it goes wide. Extra attacker on for the Thunder right now, and Evgeny Demon gets across the red line, walks it into the zone. Ryan Marker winds and fires, and a sprawling block by Palmerville. 1:20 to go. Zalak with the puck. He'll play it ahead. Hunt's got it and plays it back to center. And this one's going to go all the way down, and it is an icing. 1:12 to go. Thunder trail by 2, and we'll get a face-off in front of Harley White.
Palmerville laying out for the team there. Ryan Marker winding up a slap shot. I'm not thinking too many players are diving in front of that.
That was a heck of a play by Palmerville. You talk about toughness and grit. That seems to be inside of every hockey player, but some have a little bit extra. And I think the Thunder are going to call their timeout here with 1:12 to go. It's been a great weekend of hockey here at Thunderdome. Don't forget, we'll be back home 2 weeks from tonight. The Watertown Wolves, first place team in the FHL's Eastern Division, will be here just on Saturday. It's another one of those home-and-home series.
Well, it's a weird weekend. Elmira first on Thursday. Friday we go to Watertown. And on Saturday, we're back home for Watertown, so maybe we'll just all bust together. How does that sound?
I like the sound of that.
Probably not a good idea, though.
Well, no. They don't let me on the bus, which I'm kind of okay with.
Yeah, you don't want to make the trip to
Just
Columbus, do you?
No, I don't.
I tell you, I'll be sleeping that whole time down. NyQuil, where you at?
I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't mind taking the trip to Columbus. It's my wife, I think, that probably wouldn't be happy about that.
Fair.
1:12 to go. Thunder trailing by 2. Only one score here in the third period. Mitch Atkins on the power play for the Dashers, which has made it a 2-goal game. Off the draw, Atkins nearly won another faceoff. It's loose in the corner. Municello gets it to Demon. Evgeny with a wraparound in front. Backhand shot by Municello, and that one's saved by White. Kieran Devine pinching in from the defensive spot. Throws it in front. Shot by Municello goes high and wide. And in the corner, Bukal gets there first. Kalinen's able to play it in deeper. Demon throws it in front. Again off a skate. Harley White steers that one aside as well. And finally, the Dashers clear it back to center. I think they'll wave off the icing here, and they do. Kieran Devine gets to it. 38 seconds to go. He plays it ahead. Kalinin into the Danville zone, in the circle, throws one in front, but nobody home for the Thunder. And White let that go all the way into the corner. And now Mitch Atkins kicks it ahead. Can't get it by Marker. Ryan throws it into the slot, and Palmerville comes away with it. And now back to center. Bormanis will race with Kieran Devine as we're down to 15 seconds. Bormanis doesn't get to the puck first, but is able to play it behind the net. 10 seconds to go. And at this point, it's just a formality as Ryan Marker plays it ahead to Municello. His backhand pass is stolen by Atkins. He deflects the puck, goes off the nose of Nick Gullo. And that's going to bring us to the end of the third period. So the Danville Dashers bounce back from their loss last night. A pair of goals by Artem Barakov. And then a goal that seals the deal by Mitch Atkins here in the third period. And the Dashers get the 4-2 win. And the Thunder, again, look for those elusive back-to-back wins. But a great crowd tonight, good game on both sides. And, you know, if I'm picking 3 stars tonight, I would put Artem Barakov in there. I would also put Harley White in there.
Yeah,
I
for
thought
sure.
he played phenomenally well for the Dashers tonight.
Well, Harley White, we said before the game, didn't have the best stats, but comes out and shows out tonight. It's Star Wars night. I got to get downstairs.
Absolutely. I'll wrap things up for you, of course. Thank you, Mike. Again, we'll go through the goal scorers tonight. Anton Kalinin got Delaware on top in the first period with his 3rd goal of the year from Contrato and Ryan Marker. And then Alex Palmerville scored late on the power play in the first period from Mitch Atkins, and Nick Gullo made it 1-1. And then in the second period, Artem Barakov took over, scored on a power play from Johan Hoagland. And then Barakov scored just at the end of another power play. So that ended up being an even strength goal from Nick Gullo and Bukal, his 2nd assist of the year for Ben Bukal. Ryan Marker scored late in the second period, his 18th of the season, to make it 3-2. But then the only other score here in the third period, Mitch Atkins scores on the power play to make it a 4-2 game. So that is our final. The Danville Dashers are able to get the weekend split here. And, of course, on Star Wars night, they have auctioned off the Star Wars jerseys. So another great night of Federal Hockey League action. We hope you enjoyed it. On behalf of the whole crew that puts on the action here, for Mike Basile, my name's Gary Schofield. Thanks so much for watching tonight. Again, our final score from the Center Ice Arena in Harrington: the Danville Dashers 4, the Delaware Thunder 2.